I didn't track the hurricane. Is he still in Florida Keys, Key West, wherever?
Yeah. It looks like he dodged a bullet.
Where's it going?
It looks like it's headed straight to Texas. But they had lifted the mandatory evacuation of the Keys and told people it was safe.
And I'm sure now he's going to cop an attitude. I made the right decision. You got, just like when your ex-wife stayed in Florida, but the hurricane was coming a couple of years ago. You called her an absolute buffoon because she knew better than the National Weather Service. And really, she had more of a defense. She lived there.
Yeah.
He flew to a hurricane. Well, they weren't sure where it was going. Best reason not to go.
Yeah, when they issue a mandatory evacuation, it's typically not a place you want to be.
And knowing JD, he would say, well, they didn't issue that evacuation notice until after I already got there.
He knew when he left Saturday night. He knew Friday there was already a hurricane forming in the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Thank you. And headed towards Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
Dan just sent me a tracking map. Yeah, looks like it hung a left completely away from Key West. It looks like it's going to hit Corpus and part of Mexico.
This may actually be the first time JD was able to avoid tragedy, because usually it finds him.
Oh, this thing could still hang a right and go back and get him.
You're right. And if it's a possibility, it probably will happen since JD was there.
It's just his cockiness when he called yesterday from down there.
No big deal.
I've watched everything. It's beautiful. You still have a hurricane barreling down on you.
Yeah, and you're right. It doesn't erase the fact that he flew to Key West not knowing exactly where the thing was going to go. He just rolled the dice.
Made his kids evacuate 2 or 3 years ago. I can't remember the hurricane, but it was headed towards the part of Florida where his kids lived. And you know what? This really should have been a nice reminder for him, because he made his kids evacuate, went to another part of Florida, and that's where the hurricane ended up hitting.
And that's how I'm surprised that it hasn't made that right-hand turn right back at him. But like you said, it may still.
Hold on. Yes, Todd. Todd.
Yeah. Hey, Russ. I was just going to say, I've heard JD say bunches of times how he just loved to go see a hurricane. I think he went down there on purpose.
He brought that up yesterday, but that storm chasing and going after hurricanes, that's two different categories. Normally, the hurricane trackers, they do that from the air.
Right, but I swear I've heard him say he'd like to see a hurricane. I know he talks about chasing the tornadoes.
I'm still missing out on the magic of that. Did he ever talk about hurricanes?
Well, I actually want to say it sounds familiar, in addition to chasing
I know he brought up
the
tornadoes before. He was talking with Ron Jackson at Channel 4. Am I right, Clark?
Yeah, he was primarily talking about just doing the tornado thing. He didn't really mention much about the hurricane. He just talked about the hurricane parties and stuff that people will have down in New Orleans and stuff like that. But I don't think he ever would have wanted to chase one or be in one.
I don't think you really chase a hurricane.
No. With a tornado, it's a little more isolated, and you can track it from a distance away. With a hurricane, it's just like watching a freight train. It's not going to vary off that much. So I don't know what you get out of it.
Well, and plus, if you can see a hurricane with the naked eye, you're standing outside and you're looking at it, chances are it's going to get you.
Yeah. Gavin's not in his office. He still may be meeting with Debbie Henry in HR.
Why is that? Oh, what'd you do? You got that look.
I filed a complaint.
You did not.
Yes, I did.
For what?
Would you like to hear a copy of the letter?
Please.
What's the stunned faces?
Because sometimes HR doesn't have a great sense of humor.
Debbie Henry does.
Not always.
Not usually in written form.
Tuesday, September 9th, 2008. Ms. Debbie Henry, Human Resources, CBS Radio, Dallas. Ms. Henry, on Friday, September 5th, at approximately 3:35 p.m., Gavin Spittle, without provocation, attacked me with a large office equipment, effectively rupturing my scrotum, which contains sensitive materials. I feel this unwarranted abuse of his position as my superior is nothing absent of terrorism and merits his immediate termination. Thank you.
Russell.
That's not entirely untrue.
All of it's accurate.
Except the fact you had a clown mask on and were preying upon his phobias.
I never touched him.
But you knew he was scared. You can't do that. Hang on.
What?
Trying to get into JD mode. You can't do that.
Actually, I have a few cuts of digital JD in case you...
okay.
Now, let's see.
Gavin is our friend. Why do you torture him?
Something like that.
It's like JD and Stephen Hawking had a kid.
He came after me.
You were coming after him with a clown mask, knowing that he has a phobia.
I wasn't going on there with any type of attack.
Gavin doesn't deserve to be treated like this. We like the faggot. I mean the Gavin.
Just because you got a clown mask on doesn't give you any type of special dispensation just to wail on somebody.
What about if Gavin filed a complaint on you after all the things you've done to him?
I've never touched him.
You've raped him. You have grabbed his...
I threw his clothes.
But you still grabbed sensitive parts.
He can file anytime he wants. I just don't like walking into his office and getting smacked right in my balls.
I'll tell you this much, though. By you filing this, anything Gavin tries to come back on you with just looks like retaliation.
Yeah.
Don't do this to Gavin.
Okay.
Does Debbie know this is a joke?
Oh, I don't know. I just typed it up and left it in her office.
Gavin is our friend. Why do you torture him?
If I get enough phrases down, I won't need JD back.
Just talk to a machine.
That was funny. Oops. I tooted.
Oh, that's impressive.
You guys could write down some phrases. I couldn't think of many. After a while, I just zone him out. All he ever does is take the opposing thing, like Elizabeth Edwards sitting on the roof of the house.
She's not a gargoyle.
And she's not.
Yes, she is.
You can't keep calling her a gargoyle.
Gargoyle sat on the roof and watch traffic. That's what she's doing.
She's a nice lady who's been through a very hard times. Losing a son, cancer, having another kid, close to 50.
Cheating husband. Because she's a gargoyle.
No.
Well, if she spends so much time watching traffic or watching her yard, then she's not keeping her eye on him. So not only is she a gargoyle, she's a bad one.
Maybe John Edwards should take more control of his home, like JD does at his.
At my house, what I say goes. I put my foot down. I put my foot down.
Yeah.
That's not even believable coming from a computer.
Especially after watching JD get his ass kicked Friday.
Chuck, did you hear that yesterday?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, let's
I
hear
heard
it.
it, though.
What did I call that?
JD getting his ass.
I think that's the way I labeled it. JD, Alfie, JD, Joy Clown Mask. It was just the way she was just, it was almost like she baited him. I know it was the other way around. He came up Friday night, pointed out that she had the same fear that Gavin does with the clowns and the clown masks. She went out in the hall and just waited around the corner.
And the scary thing is watching her with how ferocious she was in hitting him. It was not playing around. She was trying to beat his ass.
No, she wanted to do it because if she really didn't want to come in contact with that mask, she just ran down the hall and waited outside.
Yeah.
She hid around the corner near the producer's booth and just leapt.
I think that was a combination of things. A, yeah, she's afraid of a clown, but B, I think she took some pent-up aggression out on JD.
That's exactly what it was. Otherwise, she could have found some place to hide, as opposed to waiting around a corner and just jumping out. Bitch!
She'd been sitting on that for a while.
Bitch.
Shut your ass! It was even funnier to me. After he pulled the mask off, he got a couple more swats in the puss. Dan, you're right. That was a lot of pent-up stuff. She went, all right, it's going to be my big moment to get this stuff out and look like I'm just defending myself.
Mm-hmm. All right, buddy. Last straw.
Hang on, see Gavin's back in his office. Gavin.
Yes?
Where you been?
Just running around, working.
You haven't met with Debbie Henry yet?
No, not yet.
Oh. So will you take a copy of that in there to me? Sure. Trey has something for you to read.
What is it?
Personal memorandum. Something for you.
Debbie Henry. Miss Henry, on Friday, September 5th at approximately 3:35 p.m., Gavin Spittle, without provocation, attacked me with large office equipment, effectively rupturing my scrotum, which contains sensitive materials. I feel this is unwarranted abuse of his position as my superior. Is nothing absence of terrorism merits his immediate... Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
You're in trouble.
No.
You are.
No.
It's pretty damning.
No.
You can't greet somebody that walks into your office and just smack them right in the sack.
No, see, first of all, first sentence, wrong. Without provocation.
There was no provocation.
You were in here with a clown mask.
All right, you explained that to Debbie Henry. He wore a clown mask, so I separated his balls.
So let's just say I sexually... So if I sexually harass a woman or something, or if I grab her...
I don't know what you're doing, but I know if you go up and
wait.
you kick a chick in the crotch and you separate her lips, yeah, she's going to go down to HR.
No, if she kicks me in the crotch, that's warranted because of sexual harassment. This was warranted.
I didn't say it was sexual harassment. I said it was an attack. I walked into your office, I had a joyful clown mask on, and you decided to separate my balls like office clackers.
That is not... No. You knew about my phobia.
My balls don't even come down the stairs at the same time with me anymore. It's like a slinky.
Terrorism. How is that terrorism?
They just followed you down the stairs?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes alone, sometimes in pairs. It's terroristic.
No,
I came into your office. You were hiding behind the door like a North Korean.
It's an eye for an eye.
I
had to protect myself.
I didn't come anywhere close to you. You left out.
I had to protect myself.
From what?
From you. And you were wearing a clown mask, therefore you were going to kill me.
No. I don't think so. Hang on, Digital JD wants to defend you again.
Gavin doesn't deserve to be treated like this. We like the faggot. I mean the Gavin.
So this is going to trick. I'm going to have to sit in an HR. What a waste of my time this is going to be.
Well, you're right. Wasn't as productive as me coming back into the studio and hunting down my balls.
What are you looking for? An apology?
I'm not looking for anything. It's out of my hands now. You see what Debbie Henry says. Probably goes in your personal file. You're in trouble.
Yeah, it probably will. It probably will.
Well, why don't you stop running around like a maniac beating up clowns?
I'm the maniac.
Well, let's tell the story. Someone that you've known for 5 years walks into your office wearing a Halloween mask, a clown mask, and then you kick him in the balls.
I was in fear.
Of what?
Of the clown.
You knew it was me.
I didn't know it was you. Those clowns are sneaky. It could have been someone that looked like you.
It doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter who it was. In fact, anybody that came into your office with that clown mask on got smacked around. If you guys want to use this letter as a template, I'll give you the form.
That's very kind of you. I think my chest still has a mark.
Didn't you get hit in the face, Trey?
I did, but I'm not going to file a complaint against Gavin.
What about you, Chloe? Did you get hit?
In the back.
Yeah.
Still hurts.
It takes a lot of courage to be a whistleblower. I appreciate it.
Gavin's narked on me before. That's all he ever does. When he gets pissed off at me, runs down the hall to David Henry.
You're going to give Gavin a heart attack.
I'm not. Gavin's chosen everything that he's gotten.
Oh, yeah.
Who's that in your office?
That's a new friend.
Who is it?
He's shadowing today. He's shadowing me for a job.
I don't get it.
What don't you get?
Who is it?
His name's Corey.
What does he do?
He is a student.
Where?
UTA? Yeah, UTA.
And he's just following you around today to see what you do?
Yeah.
Can he copy us on that?
He needed a professional to ask him questions to and to shadow him around, so he chose me. I'm honored.
And what's his name?
Corey.
Corey, when you're done with this report of what Gavin does, will you send me a copy?
Yes.
Thank you. Then could you come back tomorrow and do the same thing with David Henry?
Russ, I do a lot.
Corey, how long have you watched Gavin today?
I've been here about 10 minutes.
10 minutes. What has he done so far?
I haven't seen him do much.
Thank you.
God, using those first 10 minutes, you really want to, impress the kid shadowing you.
We're getting to know each other.
What's to get to know? He doesn't. You don't need to know him. He's there to learn. He already. What's his name?
Corey.
Corey already knows about himself. He's here to shadow you and see what a program director in a major market station does.
Yeah.
You're going to take him over to KLLI and show him the miners pit?
God. No, I wanted to take him over here. I think it's a good opportunity. Right now we're learning about formatics.
What are you telling him?
Like, for instance, I'm laying out the formatics for tonight's Inside the Huddle program.
All right. What about the formatics for this show? Explain that one to him.
Your show is different.
I still have formatics. Explain that one to him.
He takes breaks when he wants. He does what he wants.
That's a good clock.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
how long is he going to shadow you?
He'd probably be here for the next 2 to 3 hours.
He's probably going to slip into a coma.
See? This is exactly the stuff that you say, oh, well, we do it on the air, off the air, we love them. See, people buy this on the air crap, and then my job goes in jeopardy because of stuff like this. I do a lot around.
How is your job in jeopardy?
Because people believe you that I do nothing around here.
Oh, you do a lot, but normally it involves kicking me in my scrotum.
You deserved it.
I was wearing a clown mask.
It was a reaction out of
Your
fear.
time's coming, buddy.
It was a reaction out of fear, self-defense.
You were hiding behind the door like a terrorist, and you leapt out.
I'm
Freaking
claiming
North Korean.
Self-defense.
How is it self-defense? I have to be doing something.
You were in a clown mask. Clown mask equals violence.
That's not an offensive move.
I was protecting myself.
Well, you'll copy me on whatever Debbie Henry tells you.
Why don't you just revoke this so I don't have to sit in hours of meetings explaining that this stuff is bits?
My camp's already been filed.
God, to think of 5 past years of the stuff I could have filed.
I've never kicked you in the balls.
Good for the show.
Nothing I've done to you has ever been personal, and that's about as personal as you can get to separate somebody's testicles.
I didn't mean to hit you there. Just happened to go there.
Well, that's where you were aiming, and you knew most of the time that's where I keep the fellers.
I was shooting from the midsection, and I shot a little low.
Well, explain that to Debbie Henry. Maybe she'll understand.
It's so many other things to take care of.
Why don't you take Corey down there with your meeting with Debbie Henry so you can write down what happens when you violate people at work?
No, Corey's going to walk out of here with a great attitude and say, man, this is a great profession.
Corey, how do you feel about the meeting so far?
I'm a little worried.
Thank you. Do we need a break?
Kid's got a bright future.
Let's get it started.
What is this? Black Eyed Peas?
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
I don't know this.
And the bass keeps running, running, and running, running, and running, running, and running, running, and running, running.
Is this a hit?
Yeah. Is this the started or retarded version?
Come on,
Started. Okay. They got a retarded version?
If I got the right song, I believe so. Chloe.
Yeah, the version they have is the original version is called "Let's Get Retarded in Here," and they cleaned it up for, I guess, whatever purposes. They said, "Let's get it started."
I want the retarded version.
We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
You ready to go down?
Not as much as Digital JD, but yeah, I'm set.
Okay.
All right, traffic right now is brought to us by Chicken Express and also by Geico. Some people are going to need it. In Dallas, 635, the westbound ramp to 75 northbound. That off-ramp is actually closed due to a crash, and that has everyone stacked up to Abrams. Also in Dallas, Loop 12 southbound at Northwest Highway. There's an accident blocking the right lane. That has traffic stacking up to 635 on 35. Also in Dallas, 175 westbound at Bruton Road. An accident has been reported there. And in Grapevine, 114 westbound at Texan Drive. There's an accident on the right shoulder. Not really causing a whole lot of delays yet, but just something to keep an eye out for. There's your first check of traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on the Russ Martin Show.
Thanks, Dan. Weather sucks.
Thank you, me. We can expect weather today. Obviously, it's raining. That'll continue through the night and possibly isolated storms tomorrow with a high of 86. Overnight low of 69. Currently, overcast and 75 at Live 105.3.
So you don't have to run from the back of the room. You can just give me the weather. I can type it into the voice synth. That way JD can still read it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I did another one during the break. Where is it? Oh, there it is.
I get free trucks from Toby Keith.
Accurate.
I get free trucks from Toby Keith.
It's funny that we finally come out.
Yeah.
What are you looking for online?
I'm just trying to send you something if you want to test the weather. And in your IM.
Oh, yeah, all right. Give it to me really quick. Sometimes you have to go back with this digital synthesizer and you have to spell things phonetically because it doesn't always get it.
Yeah, and I use numbers instead of the words. I don't know if it reads numbers or not.
All right. Let me cut and paste this in here. See what we got. All right. This is probably not going to be intelligible.
There will be periods of showers and few thunderstorms today. The best chances for rain are over the northwestern portions of North Texas through Wednesday. We could see a few more showers and storms over the weekend, but a lot depends on the path of Hurricane Ike. Right now it's 75 degrees at Live 1.
Not bad.
Oh, that's just wrong.
I thought the rest of it was coming. Oh. That's a lot more intelligible than I thought it would be.
Yeah, that's actually damned impressive.
Yeah, just send that to me next time. I'll copy and paste it.
Okay.
All right. Anything else before we get the news?
There's a number of things. Got a couple emails, also some audio. Do you remember
I get free trucks from Toby Keith.
Go ahead, Dan. Good for you, JD. Remember yesterday me telling you the story about the clerk who was shot in the back of the head?
Yeah, the holdup.
Yeah. Track 37 on JD's audio is her 911 call that she actually made after being shot.
All right, I see it.
911, what is your emergency?
I got shot in the head! Well, that's not far.
EOS! End of story!
That's not far off, but she's a little more emotional.
God, I just got robbed. You've been shot and robbed? Yes, ma'am. Okay, we'll send EMS to you and law enforcement. All righty, hold on. Go ahead.
I wouldn't have had, the balls to get up because I would think the guy is still sitting around someplace.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
Because when I got held up at one of the pizza places, we were sitting out in the lobby. It was after hours. I left the side door open because I dumped all the ice out of the salad bar.
Right.
So it was still propped. He came in, did his business, said, "Don't either one of you move for an hour." Zone.
Would you like to make it 2 hours, sir?
Beverly, the waitress, was sitting next to me. She goes, "Let's go." I went, he could be waiting on us, and it ain't been an hour. And I'm not going to lie to the man.
So you picked that moment to keep your word.
We think he lived in the apartment complex directly behind the pizza place, so he could have been watching.
I was going to say, because if he came in through that side door where you dumped out the ice, then he must have been casing the place. And if he possibly lived in those apartments, he's out on his balcony and can watch you do that anytime.
But I didn't move for a while.
I don't think I would have either.
And I got held up at the other pizza place. He said the same thing. He didn't give us an hour. He said, "You stay back here till I'm gone." I know how that one works.
I've got experience here. I'll just wait the usual hour.
Let me go back to this audio. Yeah. Standard at an hour? All right, fine.
All righty, hold on. Go ahead. Stay with me. Honey, you with me? Yeah. Okay. What's your name, baby? Heather. Heather? Yeah.
How old is she?
I don't remember exactly. I want to say she was in her 20s. 25 maybe.
It's City Cleaners. Yeah, stay with me, baby. Stay with me. Is he out of the building? Yes, he's gone. He shot me in the back of the head. You're shot in the back of the head? Feels like my neck or my head. My head's still shot in the neck.
How many times you got to tell somebody at dispatch, "I've been shot in the head"?
Well,
especially since you getting that statement out a few more times, the odds aren't with you.
I see where you're coming from, and yes, you're right. However, I can understand where the 911 operator is thinking, come again? Because they're not used to people being shot calling them.
I understand. But stop asking her to say the same thing over and over. Get a little excited about it. You got shot in the head? God!
The head feels like my neck or my head. My head's still shot in the neck. I can't see right. I can't see straight. Okay.
That obviously she survived from this. Right. Any other injuries?
That was
no paralysis, no blindness, no nothing.
She said that on the Today Show. She said that from the story yesterday, she's still having some blurred vision, but doctors are expecting her to make a full recovery.
Why does it have to? Robbery's got to end that way. You already went in. You got the cash. The reason to kill anybody is what?
The only thing I can think of is that if there's no witness to the crime, then they can't pin it on you.
Wear a mask, tie them up. Is it really worth $50,000, $60,000? I don't care if it's $300,000 or $400,000. Is it really worth going in there, having them lie down, and you've decided that my life is more important than them? They're going to get shot in the back of the head.
For people with that mentality, they don't care about it anyway, so they absolutely feel like, what's this person's life mean to the $60 I can get out of their cash register?
And the way the news media, they'll throw this in as if it makes it more heinous. Well, they went in and they shot 3 people and only got $38. I don't care if they walked away with $500,000. They still walked in and killed 3 people. What difference does it make if they only got $30, $40?
Well, you're right, because in a way, what the media is saying, had it been for $500,000, then, well, okay, we can see where you'd be coming from.
We could see the temptation.
Right.
But the rest of it is just, it's almost trivial.
Well, they're just trying to call, the person that's doing it just obviously pathetic.
All right. Is that it with that story?
With that one, yeah. But yeah, she just expected, some blurred vision right now. That was only a few weeks ago, so she's going to be fine.
All right.
Do you want to hear about, Obama?
Did you actually start news?
No, I have not.
Okay.
That was just more audio clips.
What about Obama?
I know you're not a big fan of his tax plan.
No.
You're really going to hate it now. He was talking to Bill O'Reilly in an interview on track 34. He tries to explain his tax proposal to Bill O'Reilly.
Does Bill O'Reilly understand it?
I think he does, but he doesn't really give Obama a whole lot of leeway in which to talk because Bill likes to yell or come close to it.
Because Bill O'Reilly is going to be even further into that tax plan than I am.
And he actually mentions that in one of these 2 cuts, he mentions that Obama does, that they're both in that same bracket. But again, that's statistic figure. But let's get back to the tax the rich.
So let me just finish making my point. the fact is, for people in your income bracket and mine, now we both come from humble beginnings, and we were talking before the show, of the fact that only in America could we have this success.
Absolutely.
And I am not somebody who begrudges that success. I want people with
But you
good
want
ideas.
50% of my success?
No, I don't.
He wants half?
He says no. He actually gives it a specific number.
It's going to... Is it more than half?
No, it's not more than half.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
That's your tax
that
rate.
Is not
50.
True.
I'm paying 50 if you get elected.
What I have said is that I would take your marginal rate back to what it was under Bill Clinton.
Yeah,
right now it's
39.
36. You go back to 39.
Right.
You can afford that. That's point number one. In exchange, I'm cutting tax.
That excuse is the one that always crawls up under my toenails.
Just because you can.
Because you have it, you're expected to fund the rest of the country. You don't get any extra services. You don't get any extra. You don't get your own lane on the freeway. No other benefits, no perks, and you want to keep taking more cash.
Well, they would.
There's no logic to that.
He would say the perks of it are exactly like he just said. Point number one, you can afford an extra 3% under his tax plan, whereas an extra 3% to someone that makes $20,000 a year, that's a huge difference.
3% of Bill O'Reilly and 3% of somebody that's making $20,000. That's Bill O'Reilly's alive. 3% of $20,000 ain't that much,
right? And that's basically where he's coming from.
But
what?
Proportionately, it is.
Proportionally, it's a lot if you're Bill O'Reilly.
But it's really a lot if you're living on $20,000 a year.
Why should I have to pay more? Why not just a flat tax? I'm still going to pay more. Bill O'Reilly, anybody, whether you're making $50,000 a year or 25, just make it like 15%. Everybody pays exactly the same. There's no discrimination. I'm going to pay more because percentage-wise, I'm going to make more.
Because you can't make the numbers work. I mean,
you can't make the numbers work because this government does nothing but waste cash every freaking day, and nobody wants to address it. There's too much red tape. It's gotten too big. We need to peel this thing back to the bone and start over.
You're absolutely correct, but that's impossible to do.
It's not impossible. People don't want to do it.
Well, you have cutting through the bureaucracy.
You've got too many lobbyists. You've got too many constituents. You've got too many people that you got to kiss their ass, and that's where a lot of the pork belly spending?
Yeah.
Where a lot of the waste comes from. So as a result, I got to pay for it.
But that extra 3% to you, that goes to fund.
I'm already paying 40-something%. That doesn't include state taxes. That doesn't include the taxes that I got to pay to the school district that they won't let me in. Mm-hmm. That doesn't include any other thing that I buy that's taxed. I bet it's at least at 50% right now.
I'm sure it is.
I don't like that.
Nobody does.
There's no way to live on that.
You've managed so far.
I'm going to pass out.
It's just overall, it's not, I wish there was a better word. It's not equitable. It's not fair. It's not right. It's unjust. It's red. It's communistic.
No.
Yes. There is no reason to tax somebody more than someone else, percentage-wise, just based on the fact that you got it.
There is in the sense that the government gets more money by doing it that way.
And that's the way that they're able to continue with their wasteful spending.
Exactly.
By going after people that do have it. Well, you're going to tax us to a certain point. We're going to start looking for loopholes. People are going to start having tax shelters or whatever. How's that going to help the economy?
Well, people do that now.
Well, I don't. I'm going to get into it.
And you should.
What do you mean, hide my money?
There are certainly legal ways to establish tax shelters and other corporations and things and such that will...
I don't have any place to send it. I've already given most of it to the government. That's a shelter in itself. Certainly non-profit. What is hold on. Yes, Ed.
Russ, I am with you, brother. This 3% of $20,000 isn't jack compared to other things. I mean, the people who say they're living off $20,000 a year, okay, actually are living off at 30 to 35. I know that because I used to have to work in that, part of the world where, I had to help people that were making off of that, and I see where the other funds were coming from. I mean, yeah, I'm I may have been making six figures for over 10 years, and I'm sick of paying 35% of what I make to the government. Okay, I understand it has to work that way. Boom, I got it. I pay the cash. So what do? I go buy real estate. I find tax shelters because I'm tired of working for, 60 cents on the dollar. It's jack.
I got an argument with that. In fact, I'm getting even more twisted. And I shouldn't have to go out and look for a tax shelter to be able to hang on to money that I earned.
The way that everything's set up right now with the government and how much they spend, that's why the flat tax wouldn't work. But with what you're saying, if you peeled everything back to the bone, even though, like Trey said, they don't want to do it because all of a sudden all those pork barrel projects go away, you can do a flat tax if you pull everything back and strip it to the bone.
That's what I said. If you went back and you actually did checks and balances like everybody has to do their own home finances, then yeah, you could do it. It is possible. Nobody wants to do it. They just want to keep going to the source and sucking it out until we got nothing left. Then when you got nothing left, where are you going to go? All your poor people aren't doing anything. They're living off the government. Is there going to be any forward progress there? The answer is no.
Right. This country and the government especially runs off the ideal of because we can.
And if you went back and looked at the governmental spending, and if there's a spendthrift mode, and it looked like there was pricing, and you actually did competitive bidding, and everything seemed to be on the up and up, I wouldn't mind coughing up 40%. But, they're wasting money day in and day out and spending on things they got no business having. And I don't want them to have it anymore. And I'm sick of social programs. I'm tired of rich people paying for poor people. There's no fun being rich if you got to give it away.
In that case, don't listen to track 35. Obama and Bill continue.
All right. JE audio.
Mm-hmm.
Did I finish with this other clip?
No, you didn't, but you got the gist.
You're not across the boarding it. You're going, I'm taking from the rich, I'm Robin Hood Obama, and I'm giving to everybody else.
All I'm saying is...
And then you want to raise corporate taxes.
No, I don't. That's not true.
You don't want to raise? You're not going to raise corporate taxes?
All I'm saying is, if we've got something that we've got to pay for, under George Bush, the debt has gone up $4 trillion, right? So that's a credit card we're taking out on our kids from the Bank of China that they're going to have to pay back.
On terror, though. Come on.
Well, no. That's not true. That has to do, in part, with the Bush tax cuts and no cuts in spending.
No, it can't, because Bush tax cuts generated more income. No. The spending is out of control.
The Bush record, the numbers are what they are. $4 trillion.
There's no way that Obama can come up with any defense that spending is not out of control. It's rampant. That's all they do. There's nobody there to rein them back. Run out of cash? Luckily, we own the presses.
You're right. People always want our bonds. When the day they don't, we're screwed.
But if we start running out of cash, all we do is print more. They won't let me do that at home.
No, we don't print more cash. We print more bonds.
But we still print more dollars. Put them out in circulation. Then everything is worth less. How come I can't do that at house?
Well, no, we don't just flood the market.
I'll give you $50 if you'll finish one complete sentence.
The way we generate...
Are you on dope?
No.
What, you've been doing nothing but mumbling for the past couple of days. You on weed?
No.
Amphetamines?
No.
What is it you taking?
I'm not taking anything.
Start.
We generate money by issuing...
All right,
bonds.
Go ahead. Next story, Dan.
No, finish this audio cut, please.
All right. You want to give it a shot now?
We generate...
All right, thank you.
We've got a choice. We can keep on just borrowing and dump it on our kids. That's option number one.
We can take it from the wealthy and give it to everybody.
Or we could have across-the-board tax cuts, tax hikes, what you just talked about.
Which is not income redistribution.
Well, but the problem is, if I am sitting pretty and you've got a waitress who is making minimum wage plus tips, and I can afford it and she can't, what's the big deal for me to say I'm going to pay a little bit more?
Because
that is neighborliness.
Reverend Manning is right about anything he said about Obama and his mama. It's neighborliness.
I've been laughing about that for 2.5 hours when I heard it.
So everybody that has a lot of cash or is fortunate enough to make anywhere near six figures, there should be an air of goodwill in your heart.
That's what he's saying. Those are the words he's basically using.
Well, then let us, if you want to help underprivileged, you've got private industry that does that. You've got the Khan Academies for North Texas. You give them a car, they auction it off. That way you get something out of that, and the kids get something out of it. And it's also a choice that I made. You didn't come just take it away from me.
What I'm getting sick of with campaigning and all this stuff is word choice. What he should have said was, and it wouldn't have made me laugh and get you twisted, instead of saying neighborliness, he should have said, this country is built on, the principles of everyone doing well. If everyone does well, the country does well. That means if we have to give a little bit more to help out the waitress, then it's for the good of the country.
She knew she was going to get paid dick when she took the job. Ann Trey said, was it the Johnson administration that instituted a lot of the social programs?
Oh, the Great Society, yes.
Okay, that's done absolutely nothing to further this country, short of you got more people on social programs. So, as a result, to help pay for those, you got to take it away from people who do work. Whether you're making $1 million a year or $50,000 a year, it's still coming out of your pocket to pay for people who have no incentive to get off their ass unless you just cut them off.
I think it just boils down to enforcement, because it does serve.
They're not going to enforce because the people that they're paying to enforce aren't making dick.
And it's top to bottom. That's the problem. Is there is no one thing you can fix to correct the entire situation.
Hold on a second. What is it, Daniel?
Yeah, the Constitution, the 16th Amendment, basically says that there shouldn't be any direct tax on the citizens.
All right, well then don't pay it. Yes, Jeremy.
Yeah, what about the natural disasters? Doesn't us getting taxed go towards us sending millions of dollars overseas?
Yeah, that's part of the budget. That's just something this country's always done. But we've got this inexcusable. Thank you. We've got this inexcusable addiction to sending money to people all around this planet without taking care of things here first.
We're everybody's big brother.
And if we don't send a dime, they become 8 ways of twisted. Oh, you only said $50 million after this last natural disaster. Well, we're going to send more. We're also going to send aid. But it's not really our job to take care of everybody, especially since nobody likes us. You don't like us? We're going to stop sending you anything.
And that's the problem. Is technically,
let the generous French come get you.
Technically, we can't. Because if we do, then like some situations are with other countries, they just get ticked off at us even worse than they are.
I want to take any more of those, Alfie. We need a break.
Line 6 is pretty good.
There ain't nobody on line 6.
How about now?
All right. Yes, Joe.
Ross, you make a lot of money. If you're not happy with the tax situation, vote Republican.
That's it? No follow-up? No anything?
He's being stupid. He was saying that because you make so much money, you should be glad that you pay more taxes because it's more American.
No, it's not. Just to tax somebody based on their salary, a larger percentage. I know if you could just stick, I can't think of anything right now, but how much I hate Obama.
Come on, be
He
neighborly.
wants me to pay taxes just to be neighborly?
Be neighborly.
You picked the wrong hood, bro. Can we break here?
Yes.
All right.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
I get 3 trucks from Toby Keith.
We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
You're having way too much fun with that.
There's something satisfying about being able to get those phrases out of a digital JD as opposed to him denying it for the past 20 years.
I used to get free nose candy for playing records. There's nothing I won't put in my ass. Joy has IBS. We sit around and laugh at her giggling booty hole. I get free trucks from Toby Keith. Sucking your own junk is not gay. It's your own penis. It has to be someone else's penis to be gay. You're a douchebag. I hate you. Douchebag.
Wow, Digital JD is angry.
And honest for a change.
Yeah. You know, I'll be pick up some of these attributes. I'm not going to have to hit the delay on this one. Let me see if I can bleep that one on the fly.
So Digital JD isn't quite as smooth as the real JD as far as saying certain things?
Yeah, he's a little more
blunt,
articulate. Let me try that one again.
Yeah. You're an whatever.
You don't get the full flair of it. Here's one of JD's standard responses after I've thrown out an entire storyline. I look over at him and I get,
yeah.
I've told him on the air, off the air, anytime you give me no response, a one-word response, shake your head, you have failed as a co-host.
Yeah.
And then I'm supposed to stand there, and instead of feeding back off of him, I got to work off.
Yeah.
How does he think in those terms? What are you staring at, Dan?
It's standing in JD's slot. It takes you over.
You want to stand in your own spot?
Yeah.
Let's see what else I got.
I'm not spinning the wheel.
You will when you get back.
Joy does what I say. I put my foot down all the way.
Can you do me a favor? Can you try to do this for all of us? Or is this one of those things that really only works for JD?
Well, it worked, I guess, for anybody. Who would you like one for?
I'll do one for me. Or Gavin.
Okay.
I think maybe it works easier with certain catchphrases.
This was Gavin. Let me pick a chick voice.
I get piss on my panties when I sit to pee.
You're going to be able to do a whole digital show.
Let's try that one with a black voice.
I get piss on my panties when I sit to pee.
Gavin has company today. Should be nice.
Oh, the guy from, who's it, UTA? What?
Yes.
Yeah? I mean, that's a good digital trade, too.
Yep.
Gavin.
Yeah.
How's your meeting going with Corey?
Going really well.
What have you learned so far, Corey?
Not much.
All right.
He's learned a lot.
What are some of the things that you've told him? Highlights.
He asked me about my career, so I've explained that.
How'd you do that?
I told him my career. God.
Did you run down your template of only hiring buddies when you moved to a new station?
No, because that's so not true.
That's exactly what you did when you came to the state. Gavin, the facts are glaring.
There's a difference between hiring buddies and hiring people that you think are going to win.
Well, which one did you do? Because we can't tell. Oh, yeah, we can.
Ben and Skin were not my buddies before this.
Well, I think that was somebody else's decision. But the promotions director, right after you started here, you hired the bald-headed Jeff guy who was astounded the first time he saw a radio station banner and wanted to know where you got those.
God, you take one day and you just make...
He's a promotions director for a major market station. He shows up at one of our events, one of our events, and the Bone has 200 of their own banners hanging up. He looks at those and he's, can we get those with our call letters on them, or do they only sell them with the Bone?
No, that's not how it went.
Gavin, I was there.
I understand. And there were circumstances that are different. And we've learned our lesson from that.
Why does there have to be a lesson learned from something like that? You have a station event. Normally you're out there for exposure.
Yes.
And it's supposed to be for your own station.
I agree.
All right, so you've covered hiring all your buddies with Corey.
No, I don't hire all my buddies.
The voice guy that we used to have, where was he from?
Las Vegas.
All right.
But he wasn't my buddy when I met him in Las Vegas.
And Jay from Ernie and Jay on KRLD. Where is Jay from?
He's from Las Vegas.
All right.
How was that my buddy?
Where are you from? Your last job?
My last job was in Las Vegas.
All right.
Yes.
And what was Jay's air shift when he was on in Vegas?
He did weekends.
You hired a part-timer to move to Dallas.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
You don't stick a part-timer on a major market station full-time.
Dude, you know what? You find those diamonds in the rough and you pluck them.
And is that why you've had Ernie and Jay broadcasting this week from a library?
Nothing wrong with that.
Say what?
They broadcast one day from the Irving Public Library.
Why?
Because it's part of my idea. Drive to vote, man. We want to register as many voters as possible.
You couldn't find a sponsor.
That's not true at all. We did find a sponsor.
Who sponsored it?
The NTTA.
Why'd you broadcast from a library?
Because.
You run out of the Andy Granatelli tune-up masters?
No. We just had to pick certain places, and that was one place that we wanted to get in Irving.
Can you not have a voter registration drive at any place?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have some, maybe the lodge where people go? Jaguars.
Because that's not the KRLD audience. We don't broadcast from gentlemen's clubs.
The lodge is for anyone.
I totally agree. I'm a huge fan of the lodge. I go there all the time.
So what is it you're saying? KRLD is upper echelon and they don't enjoy naked women?
No, I'm not saying that at all. We cannot broadcast live from gentlemen's establishments.
Oh. Why is that?
Because that's a CBS radio thing.
What are they going to hear? Timed radio, I hear these. You hear?
No.
I hear these.
Listen, man, I follow the rules.
Oh, where did that edict come from? That doesn't make any sense.
It came from CBS Corporate. We're not allowed to broadcast from gentlemen's clubs or sexually orientated businesses.
Oriented.
Yeah, that too.
Okay. And you're afraid somebody's going to crank up the audio and going, listen.
I'm not afraid of anything. I play by the rules.
You hear that? I hear this. You hear this? Yeah. Is that an ass too? I don't know. All I can hear is these. Quick, you got any ones? They broadcast from a place. Why am I whispering? They broadcast from a place last week where you get a blowjob for $2, but they wouldn't tell me where it was. Damn them. Isn't that news? It should be. Late breaking. Wasting time posting where all the red light cameras are. They won't tell us where the chicks are that'll jack you for $2.
Red light cameras versus red light district.
It's better than McDonald's and getting change back. All right. I'll check in later with Corey and see what he's come up with.
Corey's doing great. He's learning a lot.
Corey, from what I could tell from the camera in your office, he looks a little confused.
He does not look confused. Corey, you confused?
No.
See?
All right.
Man, I wish I had this opportunity when I was in college to meet with a program director.
I bet he does too.
Damn. Oh my God.
Zing!
I saw you. And bye.
All right, you ready to start news again, Dan?
I am, but I did find something. If you're curious at the moment or you want to wait till later, something that may help you with your relationship with Gavin. Although right now I don't really want it to be fixed. I'm just saying for future purposes.
All right, go ahead.
This is actually from...
well, hang on, let me add. Chloe, did you get all the items for the pricing game today?
Yes.
All right. Alfie, you'll be doing that today. Did you bring a jacket like I told you?
Yep, I got one.
All right. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. From Yahoo Hot Jobs, here's some tips to help you get on your boss's good side.
All right.
Number 1, don't make too many demands or complain too much.
I don't like that.
Well, nobody likes a complainer. If you're always making demands or requesting time off or other things, your boss might start thinking about replacing you with someone who's a little lower maintenance.
Problem with that suggestion and CBS is if you don't stay up somebody's ass, you're not going to get anything done. Security, door locks, air conditioning,
money,
digital boards, whatever. Because if you let them make the decision for themselves, they're going to blow it every time. That's why all the doors on this building, they have locks, but they don't.
Well, it's the outside of the lock is on the door. They just don't have the bolt.
Is that supposed to be some type of deterrent? Well, there's a deadbolt on there, obviously. It's latched.
Mm-hmm.
Tug on it anyway. Well, how about that? And the one door that does have a deadbolt lock that does work is the one in the bank that leads out to the parking lot. And because that one works, we leave it propped open all the time.
Well, and even to get to that one, though, the deadbolt that works, you'd have to have an access card to get in the back gate or climb over razor wire to get to the one that works.
Which they do nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
And break into the vans.
You're talking about the 2 homeless guys they found sleeping in them a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
That's
I didn't know that.
Oh, that's one of my favorites. Engineering went back. It was, I think, one of the trailers that
well,
we
you know what?
Around.
If they're going to be out there anyway, give them the keys so they can start those vans up at least once a month so they don't sit out there and rot.
Yeah, and I think that was part of how that someone in engineering found them, is they hadn't checked on them in months. They have no idea how long they had been camping out in the back parking lot with those trailers.
What were you going to say, Trey?
I hadn't heard that story.
They just decided one day after a few months to open up the door, and lo and behold, there's a pair of dudes.
Hello there. Didn't change anything with security. Didn't hire across the street at the what is it now? CW 33. You can't pull into their parking lot without a guard coming out, meeting you, finding out what you want before you even get through the first security door.
Oh.
And you don't get in the building unless somebody comes out that specifically knows you're there. Here, all you got to do is walk in and go, bomb. They open the doors.
And the CW is much more lax compared to BELO, with the morning news and WFAA downtown.
Yeah, JD and I ran into that problem once. Went down to meet Bob Phillips when he was doing 8 Country. Mm-hmm. And we just wrote terrorist on our name tags. Ooh. We didn't get to stay. Looks like a nice building on the web. Yeah, they didn't even ask any questions. So you jack it around, you're really here, goodbye. Well, if I was really a terrorist, I'm not going to put it on my hello, I'm Ahmed.
They wouldn't even let you explain.
Mm-mm.
Damn.
I don't think those security guards at the front gate over there are given a whole lot of leeway for chuckles.
And I'm sure they're told to be on the watch out for terrorists. We were easy to spot. All right. Are you finished with the boss thing?
I still got more.
Well, go ahead then.
Number 2, mentor colleagues and become a go-to guy. So, Russ, imagine you being a mentor.
I'm trying to do that with Ren and Stimpy. Gavin doesn't want me to meet with them.
What was it he said yesterday? He was worried about you turning them against him?
What's going to be the benefit to me for that?
That you make Gavin miserable?
I'm not going to be able to turn his midday show against him. That's something that they just marinate into. It's a morphing process. Gavin causes that to happen. It's not that I can say that's going to institute that.
Yeah, you could say we'll be friends if you're not friends with Gavin.
I tried that.
And what did they do?
They agreed.
Well, I'll just check off number 2 here.
Because Ben had emailed me last night. So Gavin had already talked to them about doing something this weekend, and they blew him off.
Gavin needs friends.
I understand that.
He's a nice guy.
Okay.
You like him.
Do you want some help?
Sure.
Ben is our friend. Why do you torture him?
I don't have an answer for that.
Gavin doesn't deserve to be treated like this. We like the faggot. I mean the Gavin.
Gavin puts himself in that position all the time.
No, he tries to be your friend.
Gavin invites this type of respect or terrorism, it would be rude for me not to accept.
That was funny. Oops. I tooted.
Thanks, JD. Go ahead.
More tips to help you get on your boss's good side.
All right.
Number 3, don't leave until 5 minutes after your boss does.
Well, that would be impossible. Kevin's always gone before I get off the air.
Gavin is here.
So I do that nonstop.
I will say this. He does stay here much later than any PD I've ever seen.
All right. Could be because he doesn't know what he's doing, and a lot of times confusion is a time eater.
So it's not that he's dedicated, he's just slow.
Stupid.
That was funny. Oops. I tooted.
What's the next one?
Number 4, pay attention to the tiniest of details. Be on time to meetings, spell check all your emails, return phone calls.
This company doesn't know attention to detail. We think in big building blocks.
Well, this has a lot of the time that's the small stuff that will determine whether you get to keep your job or have to hit the unemployment line.
Let me see if I can hear what Gavin's telling that UTA student.
With Indie version, then we'll have another HD station coming soon. So there'll be 3 radio stations.
Then you could drive into the ground.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Number 5. Don't listen to your boss's conversations.
All right. 4:40, Dan O'Malley's here with news.
Number 5 is actually be direct with your boss, and you've got that down.
Thank you.
Tuesday, September 9th, 2008. Birthdays today. Adam Sandler turns 42. Tom Wopat from Dukes of Hazzard turns 57. Henry Thomas Elliott from E.T. turns 37. Michelle Williams turns 28. She from Brokeback Mountain and former... mother of Heath Ledger's kid. Rachel Hunter turns 39. Hugh Grant turns 48. Angela Cartwright. Penny Robinson on Lost in Space turns 56. Joe Theismann, The Leg, turns 59. Billy Preston would have been 62 today. He considered to be the 5th Beatle. And Otis Redding died in 1967. And Colonel
Plane crash?
Yeah, he died in a plane crash during his time recording sitting on the dock of the bay. He was just 26.
I didn't know he died that young.
Yeah. Same thing with Jim Croce, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Planes ain't no place to be.
Not if you can sing.
Maybe that's why JD's avoided all the terror.
Yeah, he's able to take off in planes where the engine's on fire.
No worries.
No tunes here. Get it on.
And also, they would have celebrated a birthday today. Colonel Sanders, 1890, lived to 1980. Of course, he of KFC. Oh, and today on this history, back in 1956, Elvis Presley made the first of his 3 appearances on the Ed Sullivan Show. He sang Love Me Tender, Hound Dog, Don't Be Cruel, and Ready Teddy.
And that was... the FCC had monumental issues with him. They couldn't shoot. I'm sure you've already heard this. They had to shoot from like his belly button up because of his gyration, and it said something about anytime he moved like that, 12-year-old girls would have hair grow in.
Now, is that standards and practices at what network was
that? Was probably S&P, but the FCC was also all over that. I think it might have been the chairman at the FCC at the time that already had damned rock and roll.
So the FCC has always been retarded.
Yeah. And they got to come back and fine us because Janet Jackson decides to pull that nasty, out-of-shape nipple on television on purpose, and then we got to eat it.
For a millisecond.
Yeah, unless you had replay or the internet, nobody would have really caught that. I saw it when I was watching the Super Bowl. I sat up and went, no. Then went back and looked at it and went, yeah, she did. And nothing happened to her or Justin Timberlake.
Another thing I never really understood with that whole thing, because of that star thing she was wearing around her nip, you didn't see the whole areola. You just, if, like you said, you really looked and paused it, you saw, like, the tip.
They had to blow it up to be able to tell you, to be able to show you exactly what it was that she popped out.
Yeah, because at first glance, it just looks like she has something shiny and silver over her breast.
And I'm sure they expected no fallout from this, and then it turned into it was an issue with my top. Yeah, he pulled it off. And that thing you call a breast came flying out. Has she had kids, or is that just from weight loss up and down?
Just weight loss up and down. I think she's had a boob job since then.
Looks like somebody been hanging on it for a couple of days.
When you fluctuate weight as bad as she has over the last 20 years.
Alfie's got better nipples than Janet Jackson.
Well, but Alfie's got Hall of Fame nipples.
Congratulations on your induction.
You just stand up and bow. All right, go ahead, Dan.
Well, the judge and prosecutor from a Texas death row inmate's murder trial were ordered to answer questions under oath about allegations they were having an affair during the trial. Charles Dean Hood is scheduled to be executed Wednesday for a 1989 double murder. His attorneys hope to stop or delay the execution because they claim retired Judge Verla Sue Holland and former Collin County DA Tom O'Connell were romantically involved during the trial. On Monday, District Court Judge Greg Brewer...
Well, it's not going to affect the jury's outcome.
I read this thing. I mean, and the evidence is...
Well, hang on. What was the guy convicted of?
Double murder in 89.
All right. And just because the prosecutor's banging the judge.
Yeah. He basically, this was a stripper, was an ex-girlfriend of his. He went and found them, her and her boyfriend, killed them both. Evidence was pretty much overwhelming against him. And this is basically a technicality that they're trying to say, well, you can't execute him because, the judge and the DA were banging each other. Who cares?
The jury still got the same evidence.
Yeah.
They all went through the same deliberations. The guy, when was he scheduled to be executed?
Wednesday.
Now, has it been a stay? Which state is that?
This is here in Texas.
There will be no stay.
They actually granted him one.
Who did?
Well, unfortunately, we did. I think the courts did, not Governor Killamal Perry.
All right.
Back in June, to really go over and try to analyze this stuff. And for whatever reason, even though he's set to be, knocked off on Wednesday, they're really hammering it home with these questions now.
Well, if they had something that something new that came to light, new DNA testing that they didn't have when this happened, there's no reason to rush it. But if the evidence is that overbearing, let him go.
Well, and that's what
down to Huntsville.
Right, and that's what, a lot of people are saying, exactly what you said. The evidence is overwhelming. Who cares? What does it matter if the prosecutor and the judge were boinking? It doesn't change the fact that he obviously did it and should be put to death.
That's all the prosecution has to work with.
But the other side is saying it's the appearance of impropriety, and it may go against a constitutional right to a fair trial. Because the judge may have shown favoritism towards the prosecution since he was allegedly nailing her.
He got a fair trial, and the judge got some poon. Happy. Let it go. Next.
Okay. With the Large Hadron Collider, will it save the world or destroy it?
What is that?
It's a big super collider, atom smasher.
You remember the thing they tried to build like in Waxahachie like 15 years ago, the super collider?
Yeah.
This was a even bigger version of that they built over in Europe.
In Europe.
Yeah.
Oh, build it.
No, they already have. They're about
to turn it on.
And they're afraid they may create almost a synthetic black hole that may suck everything in and kill us all.
Is there a way to test it? Maybe only suck in the French?
That was funny. Oops. I tooted.
All right. Goodbye.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. We are Dallas-Fort Worth's most listened to talk station. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
All right, you ready, Dan?
All set.
Let's go.
Okay, thank you, Russ. Traffic is brought to us by Chicken Express. It's really nasty out there. In Dallas, 635 westbound at Webb Chapel, you have an accident in the carpool lane. Also in Dallas, 30 westbound after Central Expressway, there's an accident blocking the left lane. Also in Dallas, again, 35 northbound at Motor Street, there's actually an accident on the service road because of a sideways semi that has the service road completely blocked, and onlookers northbound on 35 have it slow. Farmers Branch 35 south at Valley View, there's an accident in the HOV and the left lanes with multiple vehicles. And one more, Richardson 75 northbound after Campbell Road, there's an accident blocking 2 lanes. That's the HOV and the left lanes, and that has traffic stacked up to Arapahoe. There's your track of traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on The Russ Martin Show.
Thanks, Dan. There will be periods of showers and a few thunderstorms tonight. We could see a few more showers and storms over the weekend, but a lot depends on the path of Hurricane Ike and the gravitational pull of my big freaking head. Right now it's 75. I'm J.D. Ryan on Live 105.3.
Wow.
What?
Fun with Judy?
Oh. All right.
I like digital DG.
What?
I like digital JD.
Yeah. All right. Work on that. Ready to finish up, Dan?
If you like. All right. Taking aim at a long-standing rite of passage for 16-year-olds, an influential auto safety group is calling on states.
You'll have to start the story again. I had to hit the delay.
Understood. Taking aim at a long-standing rite of passage for 16-year-olds, an influential auto safety group is calling on states to raise the age for getting a driver's license to 17 or even 18. And Texas is one of those states. Adrian Lund, president of the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, a research group funded by the auto insurance industry, acknowledged the idea is a tough sell, but noted that car crashes are the leading cause of death among teens. She says the bottom line is that when we look at the research, raising the driving age saves lives. Not surprisingly, a lot of teens, well, they hate the idea, and many parents agree. They also like not having to chauffeur their kids to school, sporting events, and any number of other places.
Then possibly spend a little more time with your kid and their training behind the wheel. Take away their cell phones. Maybe put them in the trunk when they get in, so they'll do something when they get behind the wheel that looks like driving.
So are you saying that the age should be raised to 17 or 18, or 16 is fine if they just have...
Well, the parents don't like it because they're going to have to drive their kids around. All right? Then give them a little more training. Don't just think because they've gone to some... They don't even have to go through the... They driver's ed?
Yeah. Yeah, you still have driver's education, all that stuff.
But the whole DPS trooper thing, that's gone, isn't it?
That is gone. I didn't have to do that when I got my license. What they replaced that with is... You go to the driving school, you go to the certain number of classes, which equals the hours, and then you go on practice drives, and then your final one...
The driving instructor from the school that you paid...
is sitting in the car with you.
They're the ones that finally decide whether you get the license or not.
Exactly. They're on what's called like your final drive,
all right,
and they pass you or fail you.
Well, that was the most nerve-wracking part of getting a license. I'm going to take that ride with the state trooper? Oh, I remember just parallel parking with that guy in there. It just made me nervous as hell. Like, I've done this a million times. I've done it.
Well, you also had to wait in line forever, knowing if you bump that curb one time, you're out, and you got to take the entire thing again.
Mm-hmm. Was it really that strict? Bump the curb once, and you had to do it all over?
You bumped out. You don't start over right then. The test is over, and you got to start the process again. And I don't mean that day. You hit the curb. They consider that a minor infraction, like an auto accident. You're out.
Yeah, it's definitely not that. Now, granted, for me, it's been... 15 years, maybe longer, but it still wasn't that strict then.
Well, and there are also a lot of, just like adults, there are too many different things going on in a car that, at least if you're 25, 30, you've been driving for a while, you got a better shot at making all those different maneuvers at the same time. You're 16 or 17, you got the same things going on. You're jacking with the cell. There's something going on with the radio. You're doing the texting. You're not going to have the experience to make any other moves. All you're focusing on is that freaking phone. When I was a kid, all we had was 8 tracks and beating off in your car. And that didn't take long.
Huh?
Well, that's all we had.
Oh, okay. Well, and
we were waiting on texting.
I can't really relate to it because when I did mine, it's basically the same thing when I got mine. I didn't have the cell phone on me, the texting and all that. I think back to when I drove, and I'm thinking, I was a madman. But
you were able to focus on the road, what was going on, which allowed you to drive a little more adventurously.
That's a good spin. I like that.
All right, hold on. Yes, Mark.
Hey, how you doing? Look, my uncle, he's working with a company that they're putting this little, I don't know how it works. It's a little deal that distracts your phone from working inside the car. It's kind of like it works in a hospital when you go in certain areas and there's no signal. They're going to be putting them in cars.
Jagger had to get one of those for his studio because everybody on his staff wouldn't shut off their cell phones, so he had to get some kind of cell phone jammer.
Yeah, well, they're putting them in cars now. They're working on it right now with the company. Don't ask me the name of the company. I can't remember it, but it's a little device that just goes in your car somewhere, and I guess it's like a little blackjack unit, for stealing cars or not, looking for stolen cars. And once you get in your car, your cell phone is no good.
Shut up, you're a redneck.
All right.
JD angry.
What is it? Alfie, I don't know what a CDL is. Is that a commercial driver's license?
Yes.
All right. Yes, Matthew.
Hey, Russ, I tell you what, trying to get a CDL is one of the hardest things. You have to sit in. I went through my training, and then the day of your test, she gets up. You have to say your brake test, perform a brake test with her sitting next to you. She goes out on the road with you. If you hit a curb, you fail. You have to parallel park that thing and get on the highway. But, man, it's just, I was so nervous. I was shaking, and they should do it to kids.
Well, I get it with a commercial license. You got a bigger vehicle. There's a lot more damage you can do. But you also got chicks that are driving the Ford Excursions that really should have a CDL to go along with it because they have no clue how long that thing is.
Yeah, I tell you, it's just, I see the people driving right now. I'm in traffic. Hey, you know what? And I'm talking on the phone. But these people they're just not wearing their seatbelts. So it's just after going through that, you respect traffic at this point.
And I don't understand why, unless they ran out of troopers to go through this process, I don't understand not having somebody from the state, a law enforcement officer, watch this kid and make sure they can drive.
Now, when I got my motorcycle license, you didn't have to take a driving test.
I did. I had a DPS trooper follow behind me, watch to see what I did, see if I checked both ways, going to just everything that you had to do for a motorcycle.
See, mine was like, Dan was talking about, you went to a safety school with like 2 days. That was your driving part. You passed it. If you laid the bike down, you failed. If you didn't, you passed.
That's a hell of a grading system.
Well, there was maneuvers and everything.
I understand that's pretty stringent, though.
And then pass a written test, and that was it.
We've covered this before, and I'm going to be the biggest one to miss it, whether it's an adult or a kid. If they took cell phones out of cars, I could live with that. I got hands-free, and I like talking when I'm going someplace. It's a distraction, but I'm also still watching everything going on around me. But if I got to lose it, and everybody else does, so you can keep people... The texting thing is the biggest one that I don't get. Because there's no way that you could focus on anything that's going on other than what you could always tell when somebody's texting. Because they ain't looking at the freaking road.
No, they do what I do when I send the occasional text when I'm driving.
Why are you doing that?
Because I can. And because like every other egomaniacal driver, I can text and drive.
I can't. I haven't even tried. And I don't want somebody to pull up next to me, recognize me, and go, well, that Dildo's doing the same thing that he's been complaining about.
Right. And that's why I can't cast a stone as far as that's concerned, because I feel like I can do it on occasion if it's like a quick 2-word thing, but I've seen people looking like they're typing out paragraphs on their Palm Pilot with both thumbs and steering with their knee. At least I ain't that bad.
Well, and also you've been driving a lot longer. You got a better feel for the road, what the car can do, what it's capable of. These kids are just now getting started, and they think, well, I can text when I'm sitting at home. There's no reason why I can't do it in the car. There are a lot of reasons you can't.
Well, I think then they've already started implementing, certain things that kids can't do in the cars, like the cell phone thing, texting. If they're going to do it, they have to pull. The car can't be in motion.
So that's actually an offense. Officer sees you do that, you get stopped.
I've read about that. I don't know if that passed in Texas or not, but I want to say that it did.
The easiest way to do this, so a police officer doesn't have to stop and check your age, is just to ban them all. That would be the hardest thing for me to give up, but if I know what the benefits are, yeah, I'll let that one go. And Chloe is notorious for texting when he's driving.
Really?
Yeah, I admit it. Sometimes I get a little crazy and I just got to get this text message done. And when it rings,
what is it?
I don't know. I hate it.
The other thing is, I'm pulling out of the neighborhood. You see chicks backing out of their driveways. They're already on the phone. How important are you to where you can't get in the car without getting on the phone? You ain't out of the driveway yet.
I don't know. I mean, look at the fact the school zones now. Not only, like Highland Park, University Park, last year they went no handheld, phones. They had to go back on the signs and revise and say, and no texting either in a school zone.
So they use that as a loophole. I ain't talking.
Uh-huh.
You're going through a school zone. You can't give it 3 minutes to get off the damn thing. I'm as addicted as anyone else, but my phone's got email on it, and I'll hear it chime, and from time to time I'll pick it up. I'll set it back down and go, no, I'm not going to fall into the same trap as everybody else. Because Anson and I look at that, I'm going to plow into somebody.
I'm the same way. I mean, I am guilty. I occasionally will send a response back, but
while you're driving,
yeah, it's just, and it's almost a knee-jerk reaction, and then I'll look, what am I doing? And I'll put it down. But
why don't you just shut it off?
Oh, that's just crazy talk.
What are you going to miss in the course of your drive?
Exactly.
I never turn my phone off. I just that thought doesn't even occur to me. And most people probably doesn't.
Plus, what would happen if he turned his phone off for those 20 minutes he's in his car, and that's when you, Russ, need him the most?
Well, then we'll deal with that.
Exactly. So you're okay with upping it, leaving it where it is?
No, I'm saying taking the phones out of the cars altogether. You
should solve it mostly.
You play the shtick all you want, but the biggest distraction is people jacking around, especially the handheld phones, because I know there have been studies that say that hands-free isn't really any more safe than holding the phone. You can tell just by the way people drive. Hands-free is at least a little bit better because you got both hands, you got your hands free. You're not holding a phone up to one side of your head, and you've blocked all your peripheral. And especially with a chick, they need peripheral because they don't know how to drive. They don't bond with a car like a guy. We get in a car, and all of a sudden your ass sucks it up, and you become one. Chicks just use it to get someplace, which is absurd.
Well, and you're right. It boils down to you'd have to just make it a sweeping thing across the board. You can't have it, period.
Well, just do it like New Mexico. It says it's illegal to use your phone while your car is moving.
Right.
Yeah, if you want to talk on the phone, fine. You pull over the side of the road.
But then again, do you want to eat up officers' time just watching for people on the phone? Unless you use that as an added penalty. If there's an accident, somebody saw him on the phone, then you got to eat a little more.
I think that'd probably be the most practical way of enforcing it.
People still think they're going to get around that. Do I want to take any of those, Alfie?
Line 3 is pretty good.
All right, thank you. Yes, Eric.
Yeah, man, about that. What's happening, boss man?
Good. For nothing. What do you want?
Yeah. To get my driver's license, I did the at-home thing. All my dad had to do was write down some times that I drove, and I just went to the GPS and just took a test, and they gave me my license.
And nothing else?
Nothing else. Didn't have to take no driving test or anything. All my dad had to do was write down some times that I drove, and they just let it go. They just approved it.
Shut up, colored man.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have to go.
John.
Even the digital JD is a racist.
Uh-huh.
No test, no nothing. You're just going to take somebody else's word that this guy got it down.
Did he say how long ago that was?
Who, JD or the black guy?
Well, I guess
Shut up, colored man.
Take that back, JD. No, the guy.
I didn't really care. It's just we've gotten too lax with anything that's going on the road, and driving is not even one of the first 10 priorities anymore. No, you're right. As long as you can shoot the vehicle straight, you think everything else is under control.
Well, and that's the way most of us drive. Most of us drive as if, we're the only person on the road and everyone else needs to watch out for us.
And that's the biggest thing that they need to do in driver's education is when you get in the car, anybody that's around you, plan on them doing the stupidest thing you could possibly imagine and be ready. And that's the only way that you can actually navigate into today's society.
Well, and that's a great thought. The problem is, it's not practical.
It's damn practical because that's the only way that I drive. I'm watching everybody around me, and I'm just planning on somebody doing the most buffoonish thing that they could come up with, and I wait.
You're right. It's practical to do. It's practical to say it. But if you're talking to a 15, 16-year-old, it goes in one ear, out the other. All they're thinking is, when's it time to get my license? I want to go drive.
You can even take it further, and then I'm done with this, is if you're not driving, we'll stop you and give you a ticket for something. If you're eating, if you're jacking around, if you're effing with the kids in the back seat, slapping them around, I don't care what they've done. If you're doing anything but looking ahead with both hands on the wheel, you're getting stopped.
Any sort of distraction.
Especially if it's something that you could control.
I'm with you. I passed someone a few weeks ago trying to get on I-30 from 75. Bitch is reading.
Oh, wait.
A book.
Yeah, I know this sounds sexist, but women like to do a lot of things in the car. That mirror ain't for traffic behind you. It's to make sure that I got everything on right.
Got to make sure the eyeliner's straight.
I saw a woman do it going down to Austin. Phone in her left hand, blocking her view, pulls in between a dump truck and an 18-wheeler.
Did she die?
No, but the dump truck, here's what happened. Dump truck had to slam on its brakes. It's wiggling around. I'm thinking, I'm going to die. She then swerves over again, makes another car move. Then she swerves back in front of the dump truck. And the dump truck went up and I guess bumped her a little bit because the next thing I know, she's skidding over to the side of the road.
What was she doing?
Oh, still talking on the phone, just looked shocked.
The entire time all this is going on?
Entire time.
You wouldn't believe what just happened to me. Let me tell you about it. He said he's going to tase me.
Any more of those, Alfie?
Line 1.
Okay. Yes, Anthony.
Hi. Back in January, I took my driving.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, Dan.
ABC says nothing will be off limits in Charles Gibson's interview with Sarah Palin at some point this week. He is supposed to interview Alaska Governor and Republican VP candidate Sarah Palin, and when he does, ABC News says nothing will be off the table. That means he can ask her about anything, including her pregnant 17-year-old daughter, Bristol.
Moose style?
Moose style? Mm-hmm. He's going to ask her if she likes it moose style?
I'm just asking.
That's a fair question, and it's a question.
You've got 5 kids. You got to have different things that you're partial to.
It's a question that people want to know the answer to, whether or not her youngest child actually.
That is the only vice presidential candidate that I've ever visualized getting it in the rump.
Not even Dan Quayle.
Hubert Humphrey once.
Charlie could even ask her about her youngest child, whether or not she actually belongs to Bristol, and allegations that she had an affair, and talk that she and her husband were once in favor of Alaska seceding from the United States.
I'd still almost bet that they're going to run all the questions by her ahead of time, and they're going to mark a bunch out. And really, the fact that her kid got knocked up, how is that going to play into her vice presidential role?
It doesn't, but I can see how you'd ask the question just so you can get her on the record on
What's
TV.
on the record? Her kid got knocked up.
And you know what?
If you can't watch your kid nonstop, especially when you got 3 others in that window liquor, then obviously something's going to happen.
Yeah, maybe it's a difference in how you ask the question. That, she could answer it as far as saying, I'm not going to respond to that. That's ridiculous. Gibson could ask her, instead of, is this rumor true? He could say, where do you think this rumor came from? How do you think these things got started?
Rumor about her being pregnant?
Rumor about her youngest child actually being Bristol's child, or that she had an affair, wanted to secede from Alaska.
Stick her on a polygraph, be done with it.
Stick her on the Moment of Truth TV show?
Everybody's going to question anything that she responds to unless they find some hard evidence. Stick her on a polygraph, ask the questions, then you got something tangible.
That's not
especially
bad.
The Moosey style.
I could actually see that being a benefit to all the candidates, or a benefit to the voters.
Problem is, I don't think many of them would go that far.
Who knew?
I don't think any of them would.
John McCain might.
Yeah, you're right, he might. But that's still, if you've been in politics for a long time, chances are you've done something shady.
Well, you know what the questions are ahead of time. Just prepare for them, especially the Moosey style. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. There actually is another rumor that Sarah Palin banned books from her library and when she was at the PTA. We can tell you that is false. So it goes on to say that when she was elected, she told Wasila's head librarian to ban a bunch of books, such as The Merchant of Venice and Flowers for Algernon. Like I said, that is false. According to the Anchorage Daily News, what really happened is that back in '96, she asked the librarian what she would do if she were asked to remove certain books. And the librarian told Palin there's no way she'd ever consider it, and the issue was put to rest.
All right. Now, are they still dealing with this whole state trooper thing where she got allegedly got a couple fired?
Yes. I mean, it's one of those things. It's out there. There hadn't been a lot said about it the last week, but it's something that just there, and they don't. So I'm sure something's going to come out about it. They really haven't gotten anything of substance where it's really going to damn her. I mean, it's almost a he said, she said at this point.
Okay, good.
And one more thing about Palin. When John McCain named Sarah Palin as his VP running mate, a lot of people weren't sure if it was a brilliant decision or a bad one. Well, the people at the publication Advertising Age asked a bunch of branding whizzes to discover whether McCain's selection helped or hurt his chances. Advertising folks weighed in and decided that if McCain is sturdy, trusty, and a little chunky or clunky like a Ford F-150 pickup truck.
Something dependable.
Exactly. So if McCain's an F-150, then Sarah Palin is sleek and stylish like a red Chevy Camaro.
No, she's a Mercury Cougar. There ain't no other car on the road.
God, that'd be a great advertising campaign if you were Mercury. Get her to endorse your Cougar.
Have her sitting in the wasn't that Mercury Cougar?
Had the
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have her sitting on the hood.
Scratching up the hood. Bent over moose style.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
O.J. Simpson. We, of course, told you yesterday the jury selection began yesterday in his armed robbery and kidnapping trial. And while he was on his way to the courthouse in Vegas in the morning, he actually got pulled over.
Who did he kill?
He didn't kill anyone. It seems someone saw O.J. driving down the highway in his SUV and decided that he must be under the influence, so they called the police. Even O.J.'s not that dumb, though. He wasn't drunk or high, and the police let him continue on his way.
So they stopped him. Why?
Because they got a call.
Well, that's valid. O.J.'s on the road.
He must be getting away from something.
Maybe he's driving a Mercury Cougar. Hell yeah.
Are you worried about dying?
No.
Well, most people are. And a new report from the Journal of National Cancer Institute, you can determine just how at risk you are of dying of certain conditions. For example, a 55-year-old man who smokes is just as likely to die in the next 10 years as a 65-year-old man who never smoked. And a 35-year-old non-smoking man is 5 times more likely to die in an accident before he turns 45 than he is to die of heart disease. A 35-year-old male smoker is 7 times more likely to die of heart disease than a non-smoker of the same age.
Say anything about smokeless tobacco?
It does not mention dip.
You have any skull?
Yep.
I wonder why they never include that in there. Obviously, there's going to be cancer involved. It's not going to be lung cancer. Ooh, these are new. When did you get these?
Today.
You were going to say something?
I think it's because smokeless tobacco is such a small percentage of tobacco use that they don't include it in any studies.
I don't get why more smokers don't give it a shot, because you can dip inside. Here at the building, everybody's got to go outside like a bunch of lepers and smoke out by the back door, and you got to be far enough away from the back door where the smoke doesn't get on people coming in. Spitting, you can do anywhere.
I think
you're not supposed to, though.
If you carry a cup, or if you're Garden Ridge.
I think there's such a...
And I had somebody catch me. I was at Lowe's over the weekend buying plants. Caught me spitting in the ficus trees.
What is it with you and plants?
I'm outside. What's wrong with you? And it was an old lady pushing her cart and looked at me like I just copped a squat on some azalea. I spit on a tree.
Well, someone may want to buy that tree and may not be.
There was another one sitting next to it that hadn't been damned yet.
But the person buying the tree may not.
I'm not jacking off on them. Leave me alone. How long before we need a break? All right.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
Cheers.
Treehouse that has plenty of room for you. The Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
a couple of times and I don't get it. The email about the 911 call.
I'm lost on it. I don't really remember the Kanye West mom's 911 call.
Russ, I'm a 37-year-old black chick who until today didn't consider you to be a racist, but something you said caused me to rethink that. Let me explain. Dan played the 911 call of the lady who had been shot in the head. She survived, and when the dispatcher confirmed where the young lady had been shot, you made the comment that was stupid of the dispatcher to ask the question again. Was the dispatcher black?
Who knows?
Now, when all you reviewed the 911 call from Kanye West's mother's death, you were okay with the dispatcher constantly asking the same questions over and over and criticized the person calling in on the behalf of Miss West. Problem is, why was it not okay for the first dispatcher to re-ask questions to a young white lady, but in Kanye's case, you crawled up the black caller's ass, repeatedly asked the same question over and over? It's not really racist, but it made me rethink my opinion of you. Anybody got a inkling? You Stacy?
I know.
Oh, what?
Because when Kanye's sister, Andrea, was called, she was incoherent. And the 911 lady...
Oh, that's right. They had to shut him up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you had more than one chick screaming on the phone, and the dispatch had to keep telling somebody to shut the hell up so she could glean whatever the hell was going on.
I forgot about that. You're right. There was two women in there, and they were absolutely beside themselves.
All right, where does the racist angle come from?
If she even contradicts herself in there, she goes, well, maybe it's not racist, but it made me
Well, I don't want a black woman rethinking me. She might get it wrong. What was the audio of the chick that got shot in the head?
That is on JD's audio, cut number 37.
All right. She's clean. She's succinct. She's well-spoken. She says she got shot in the head. Why is it you got to keep torturing her with, you got shot in the head? I got shot in the head.
What is your emergency? Shot. I just got robbed. You've been shot and robbed? Yes, ma'am. Okay, we'll send EMS to you and law enforcement. All righty, hold on. Go ahead. Stay with me. Honey, you with me? Yeah. Okay. What's your name, baby? Heather. Heather? Heather? Yes, please. It's City Cleaners. Yeah. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me. Is he out of the building? Yes, he's gone. He shot me in the back of the head. You're shot in the back of the head? Feels like my neck or my head. She's been shot in the neck. I can't see right. I can't see straight. Okay.
I got it the first time she said she was shot in the head.
I think actually the dispatcher there is shocked when she's, if I was talking to someone and they said, I got shot in the head, I'd probably go, you got shot in the head?
It didn't make any difference. Send out an EMT, and then they can make that decision, even if I got it wrong.
Well, and they already said they're sending that out. I think that's just out of shock.
Well, and the Kanye West, whoever called on behalf of her mom, they were just nutting out. And you were getting nothing out of the phone call. There was almost no reason to call, short of you got the address out of it somehow.
Send help. Here's the address if it doesn't pop up on your screen, and that's it.
Did you look for that online, Dan?
I haven't been able to find it yet.
You see if JD kept it. No. He kept this.
Afro-American kids can run very, very well. That doesn't mean that Caucasian kids and other...
And Gavin asked me again when I came in today. I came in early because the dogs at the house were just getting on my nerves. I got to get out of here. I came up here. He goes, have you given any more thought to Mac Brown? Doing what?
You would rather talk to a mediocre college coach who's
I don't know
retired.
anything about either one of them. All I know about Fisher DeBerry is the man was just trying to get speed on his team, and he was denied.
Well, Matt got speed. That's why he won a national championship.
All right.
You can ask him how he does it.
That's a good question. How is it you were able to get speed and Fisher was just shut down? After that, then what?
How do you think the team's going to do this year? How's recruiting next year?
And how do you think he's going to respond to that? I got a clump of morons. I'm surprised I can actually wipe.
I'll give you some background info on them.
Well, so far the questions you've given me are useless. How's the team going to do? We're going to play football. Our goal is to win.
We're going to take one game at a time. One opponent at a time.
Going to have to try and control the turnovers, make the most of it anytime we've got the ball, trying to maximize our possession. Thanks.
How do you think your
touchdown?
How do you think your young secondary?
That's what we like to hear. Touchdown.
How do you think your young secondary is going to do against a real fierce passing attack like with OU or Texas Tech?
I don't know. That's why they're called the secondary. Ask me about the first guys.
Hang on.
I think you just made Trey stroke out.
Or dizzy.
Why?
Only you could.
What? You want to help him out, Dan?
As far as explaining your answer to him, it makes sense in his mind. Why would you give two craps about the secondary when you really should be concerned about the first dairy?
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that cover the receivers.
The secondary?
Yeah.
All right.
You'd say it's a second line of defense. It's a pass. First line being against the run.
Well, then they're going to be covering the other guys. That's what I trained them to do. If they don't do it, they're out. Next.
Just have the man. He's a nice guy.
I got nothing to talk to him about. I don't know him. I'm sure. How long's he been at UT?
11, 12 years.
All right. I'm sure he's done a dandy job.
National championship.
All right. He's done a superb job with whatever he has to work with. They gave him speed, and obviously he was able to work with it. Fisher DeBerry, on the other hand, was working with a handicap with a bunch of pokey white people. That's the guy I want to talk to.
He doesn't even coach anymore.
He can still give me the struggles that he went through.
Sound bites?
I don't care what he gives me. I know more about Fisher DeBerry than I do about Murphy Brown.
That's the only reason you know about Fisher DeBerry, because he made an ass of himself in a press conference.
So?
And all you really know about him is he was a coach of Air Force.
All right. And he had a bunch of pokey white players.
Max coached the University of Texas, got a bunch of speedy players.
Are they white?
Some of them.
You like the way Trey bowed up? Some of them are?
Yeah. That's right.
I don't want to talk to him.
Oh, come on.
I got nothing to say.
It'll be quick.
It's going to be quick based on the questions you gave me. How do you think the team's going to do this year? I got a bunch of pea-sitters.
I'll write down questions. Sorry, not being able to just come up with them on the fly.
You're the big Mac Brown fan. As soon as Gavin brought this up, you got an erection.
It's a coach at the University of Texas.
Show him your penis. Get off me. You got more news, Dan?
I do.
5:43. Dan O'Malley's here with more news.
Thank you, Russ. Well, Houston police officers have used tasers more on black suspects than any other group of individuals, according to a city study that was released on Monday. Of 1,417 taser deployments by officers between December of 04 and June of 07, nearly 67% were used on black suspects.
Hello. You couldn't understand that one. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And 67% of those were used on black suspects, whereas only about 25% of Houston's actual population is black. But Houston police quickly pointed out that their use of tasers has nothing to do with race, only a person's behavior. The independent audit was requested by Houston Mayor Bill White in 06 after several high-profile incidents. The study found that black officers were less likely than white or Latino officers to use tasers on a black suspect. And City Comptroller Anise Parker said, we have to spend more time in determining why these racial and ethnic differences exist. Simply ignoring them or saying they are not significant is not going to make them go away.
I've never really thought about it till just now. Most of the videos you see online, it's white cops tasing people. Not necessarily blacks, but they seem to be a little more tasey crazy.
Yeah, now you say that, you're right. Did y'all watch the video I sent last night?
Of
a chick getting tased as she was already down on the ground?
No.
They light her up. I counted for 12 seconds.
What'd she do?
She was a protester at something, and they already had...
That was the only reason they lit her up?
Well, she wouldn't get on her stomach and put her hands behind her back.
Sure you can.
So it just goes on. You're thinking, okay, it's going to end. It's going to end. 12 seconds later, the thing...
Now, they're re-zapping, or they just got it on... they stuck it on hold?
They stuck it on hold. They never quit. I mean, you hear that... You never quit.
I got zapped a half second one time with this taser we got in here. That just went through the mic to my headphones. I didn't care for that. I don't know how you live through 12 seconds of getting lit up. You just send me the link?
Yeah, to YouTube.
Can I air any of this? The video group, inappropriate. That's going to make me sign in. I'll dig it up during the break. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, also, we were talking about the gentleman who had the stay of execution as possible.
Yes.
That has been stayed.
Who did that?
A judge.
Not Governor Perry.
No. From McKinney, Texas Court of Criminal Appeals has stopped Wednesday's scheduled execution of a convicted killer whose attorneys questioned the fairness of his trial because of an alleged affair between the judge and prosecutor. Charles Dean Hood was convicted of killing a man and woman in the Dallas suburb of Plano back in '89. They attorneys interviewed retired Judge Verla Sue Holland on Tuesday, a day after former Collin County DA Tom O'Connell underwent the same questioning. This is still breaking, and I'm getting this from Barbara Schwartz over at KRLD.
All right. Yes, Scott.
Hey, Russ, I'm a dispatcher at the local sheriff's office, and a lot of times when they're repeating what they're saying it so other people in the room can hear them, is what a lot of that's about.
Why does a dispatcher need to have other people in the room hear them?
Well, there's usually 3 or 4. If you're taking the call, you're not sending the help. You're repeating in the rooms a lot of times, especially if somebody's been shot in the head, you're going to repeat that out loud so the dispatcher is telling them, step it up.
I thought you guys were typing as you're taking this information.
We're typing it as you're going, but in a lot of your smaller ones where this took place, from what I understand, there's only 2 or 3 people in the room in these smaller agencies like River Oaks or, South Lake out yonder. But a lot of times you're typing, but a lot of it is word of mouth in the room, getting it going quick, especially in progress. Hurry up and get help.
Well, and I'm still not sure how this chick with the email turned this back to a racist issue, because the 911 call with Kanye's mom, you got chicks screaming nonstop. Nobody's really telling the dispatcher anything. At a certain point, I'd have hung up until somebody got control of their senses.
Well, I've been doing it for 6 years, and I can tell you the first thing, I want to know where you're at. I don't care what's going on. I need an address. If I don't have an address, I can't get you any help.
That doesn't...
that justifies me screaming and yelling at people to shut up.
All right, so with caller ID, you're still only getting just a phone number.
Right. Well, half the phones come in on these cell phones, and half these idiots buy them in drugstores that don't have, this GPS tracking or anything like that.
Well, normally, if I've called the police for anything and I'm on a cell phone, I know what city I'm in. So if I'm in Irving and DPD answers, I ask them to transfer me. I don't know why these people can't make that same decision.
Right. Well, a lot of it has to do with the cell phones, and they hit the towers, and these towers are all out in the country, unincorporated. So then they're going to go to the local sheriffs when they really should be in downtown Fort Worth or downtown Dallas.
Oh, I got it. It gets rerouted, just whatever cell that you pick up. But you're right. The first thing out of my mouth is, here's where I am, here's what I need. I can give you all the details later, because the longer that I dick around, the longer it's going to take for you to send somebody out.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you, sir.
It makes sense. You just get the most pertinent information out and details after.
People think like that, especially with Kanye West, whoever it was that called, and see if you can find that during the break.
Okay.
It wasn't just one chick. It was 2 or 3, and nobody was getting any information out to the dispatcher. Why you even waste that chick's time? There's a reason to pick up the phone.
Well, they thought they were doing a good thing when they made that call.
Well, they thought wrong.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, this out of Ohio. A church in the Columbus area is turning heads with its public spin on the pop song I Kissed a Girl. A sign outside Havens Corners Church in suburban Blacklick has the lyrics from the song's chorus, I kissed a girl and I liked it. Then the sign, it says at the bottom, then I went to hell.
Who's screaming in the hall?
I do not know.
Go out there and find out. Go ahead.
Okay. Church in Ohio has a sign out front. It says, I kissed a girl, and I liked it.
Got it.
Then I went to hell.
All right.
Singer Katy Perry topped the charts earlier this summer with the song about kissing another girl. Church pastor Reverend Dave Allison says the Bible is clear that homosexuality is a sin, so the sign is intended as a loving warning to teens. He says it's confused some people who either don't know the song or just don't understand the message. Director Lynn Bowman with the gay rights group Equality Ohio says what the sign means to her is that the church isn't very accepting.
That's not going to change anything with a kid.
As far as the sign out front?
Well, if you're homosexual, it's not really a choice that you made. But thanks for making me feel better about it if I am gay, that if I kiss a girl, and don't let that distract you.
Mm-hmm.
If I kiss a girl, then all of a sudden, I'm going to burn in damnation.
Well, and that's the stance that a lot of churches take, and that's the stance that obviously this church takes.
Well, why did they go the route of I'm a boy and I kissed another one? That one's okay for you to burn. Stop it with the chicks.
And they're probably trying to crack down on the growing, was it not bisexuality of...
What are you talking about, the girl kissing parties?
Yeah.
That never needs to stop.
According to this guy at this church, this reverend, he would say that's a sin and you're going to hell for it. Because that's what the song, I Kissed a Girl, is about.
Hang on a second, I may have the 911 from Kanye's mom. Hold on.
Dry, rough hair is damaged hair. The Dove Daily Moisture Therapy System repairs damage.
Excuse me a second. I gotta watch it. Thing for Dove. No problem.
It leaves your hair
How long ago did this happen?
Last year? Was it? Stacy, do you know?
What?
Never mind.
Fire department paramedics, what's the address emergency, please?
She just had surgery. She just had
Give me the address first, ma'am.
November.
Ma'am? Tell me what happened. Ma'am, what is the problem? Tell me exactly what happened.
I can hear you.
What happened? Why are you calling?
Because she's having a heart attack. She's dying.
Just this 30 seconds explains why the dispatcher should have just cut the call off, let them figure out what's going on, and call back. But she starts out with, she just had surgery. I don't care. I want to know where she is. I don't care where she was earlier today. I don't care where she was last week. I don't care if she just got back from a trip. You want me to send somebody out? Tell me something.
Sad thing is, if they had done that...
Well, she does start with the address after he asked her, I think, the second time.
Not breathing. She's not moving. I'm trying to do CPR.
Ma'am, how old is this person?
She's 58 years old.
58? Okay, 58. Now, you're doing CPR? Ma'am, is she not breathing at all?
For her medication, she complained she couldn't breathe.
Ma'am, okay, so she's not... Ma'am, she's not breathing?
She can't breathe.
Okay, is she breathing?
No, she's not.
She's not breathing?
No, she threw up all those black stuff around her mouth and we trying to do CPR on her.
Okay, so she's not breathing at all?
Well, you got an issue right now. You got vomit on your face. They told me that when I took a CPR course. A lot of people vomit. Well, then I'm going to move on.
They never did that in Baywatch.
What, vomit?
Yeah.
Not responding.
Okay, but I want to know if she's breathing. Is she breathing at all?
She's cold and clammy.
Okay, man.
Get it, mirror! How they maintain any composure is, I don't know what kind of training you got to go through, but sooner or later, you're going to have to start screaming at them, shut everybody in the room up, get a mirror and see if the bitch is breathing.
At this point in the tape, though, it seems to be somewhat excessive as far as is she breathing? Is she breathing? Is she breathing?
Is she breathing?
No,
okay. Did you need? Let me go ahead and give you instruction, ma'am. Do you need instruction on CPR?
Hey, we need a heavy board. Give me a heavy board.
Ma'am, we've already got people on the way to you. Okay.
Huh?
Ma'am, are you on speakerphone? If you can put me on regular phone, that'd be better.
We're on regular phone.
Okay, ma'am. Is she? Okay, so are you doing CPR at this time?
No, we get ready to start.
Okay.
But Golden Girl is on right now, and as soon as it gets to a break, then we're going to start.
Need instructions. I can tell you what to do.
Take this off, lift her head.
Okay, we want to lay her flat on the ground. No pillows, nothing underneath her head.
I can't move her from the bed. She just has to...
Is she in a hospital bed? Ma'am, is she in a hospital bed?
Huh? Please wake up.
Is she in a hospital bed?
Well, they're doing the best they can. Please wake up.
Come on. Come on. Listen. Be careful.
Ma'am, is she in a hospital bed?
Come on. Sorry.
Yeah. It's like they called Central Casting and asked for the worst people to deal with an emergency and stuck her in there with Kanye's mom.
And it seems to sound like they think CPR stands for, come on, please resuscitate.
Breathe! Everybody's doing it! Watch, I'll do it for you!
Is she in a hospital bed?
Huh?
Is she in a hospital bed?
No, she's in a regular bed.
A regular bed?
Yes.
There's no way to get her on the floor?
No, there's no way we can put her on the floor. Let's clear her airway. We're trying to clear her airway.
We've already got... Okay, what you want to do is turn her on her left side. Okay, did you hear that? Okay, turn her on her left side.
I ain't wiped the vomit off yet. Just hold it.
I don't feel a pulse.
Ma'am. Okay, you need to listen to what I'm telling you. The other person is making so you can't hear me. You need to turn her on her left side.
Turn it on her left side. Turn on her left.
These chicks killed that woman.
I don't know how that. I don't understand how that dispatcher doesn't go, shut the F up. Listen to what I'm saying.
Clear the room out. Leave one of you in there and listen to what I'm telling you. You got a hand mirror yet?
Right, left, on the side. This side.
Okay, that way the fluid will run out of her mouth. Just get any fluid, anything that's in her mouth, just go ahead and get it out. Take a towel, use your finger, just get it out of her mouth.
That's what we're doing.
Okay. Is all of it out of her mouth now?
Yes.
No, we ran out of handy wipes. Just hang on.
Okay, what I want you to do is lay her flat on her back again.
She's on her back.
Okay, is she flat on the bed?
She's flat on the bed.
Okay, no pillows, nothing underneath of her head.
Huh?
No pillows.
I'd have lost it by now. It's hard to listen to, and I got no vested interest.
Oops, dropped the call.
Yeah.
A damn shame.
Call again. Do we need a break? Listen to a couple more seconds of this.
Things underneath of her head.
Turn her that way. Just turn her this way. Yeah, because she rolled like a bullet. That's the west.
She rolled like a what?
I didn't catch that.
Ma'am, no pillows underneath of her head.
Does she have a fold? Does she have a fold?
Ma'am, this is a regular house? This is a house?
Yeah, we're in a house.
Yeah, that's not a regular one.
Okay, does anybody there know CPR? I hear
We
several...
can ready to start CPR now.
Okay, what...
I think we're 3 minutes into this phone call, and they're still getting ready to start CPR.
Yeah, she's brain dead.
Does anybody know how?
Now, don't you dare have to get it. Let me sit down. Breathe. Breathe.
Oh, that's right. The chick in the back started hyperventilating.
Maybe if I just breathe real heavy.
Get an ambulance here now.
We got another
Hello?
What? If I'm the operator, I'm thinking, oh, good, this situation's about to improve.
Yeah, because I'm about to lose one of those idiots in the background.
The Russ Martin Show.
I don't want all of you to hyperventilate.
We're back to the Russ Martin Show. Call Russ now at 214-787-1053.
All right, Daniel, let's go.
All right, traffic this last check brought to us by Reliant Energy in Dallas, 35 northbound at Inwood Road. There's an accident involving a truck that has you backed up to Market Center Boulevard, also in Dallas. 75 northbound at 635, there's a disabled vehicle blocking the right lane, adding already to those rush hour delays. And in Richardson, 75 northbound at Arapahoe, there's a disabled vehicle blocking the left lane, and that has you stacked up to Spring Valley. People don't like the rain. There's your last check of traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on the Russ Martin Show.
You're going to have to run over here and do the weather.
Spotty showers will linger across North Texas this evening, and then just cloudy and drizzly weather for the morning. Scattered showers and storms will refire during the day Wednesday, but not as widespread as today. We get a break in the rain Thursday, Friday. Then Hurricane Ike moves in this weekend, and our storm chances increase. Right now, it's 78 degrees at Live 105.3. And thank you, me.
All right. I got a little bit cleaner copy of the Kanye West call. Still irritating.
Fire department paramedics, what's the address emergency, please?
She just had surgery. She just had breast.
Give me the address first, ma'am. Ma'am? Tell me what happened. Ma'am, what is the problem? Tell me exactly what happened.
I can hear you.
What happened? Why are you calling?
Because she's having a heart attack, she's dying, she's not breathing, and she's not moving. I'm trying to do CPR.
Ma'am, how old is this person?
She's 58 years old.
58? Okay, 58. Now, you're doing CPR?
Yeah, we get ready for
Ma'am, is she not breathing at all?
For her medication, she complained she couldn't breathe.
Ma'am, okay, so she's not... Ma'am, she's not breathing?
She can't breathe.
Okay, is she breathing?
No, she's not.
She's not breathing.
No, she's not.
I don't know what dispatchers make, but they're getting dicked around.
Oh. They've got to go home and just have a punching bag just to...
Well, and you can't get terse with anybody. You can't, even though it's going to be in their best interest, to say, I need everybody in that room to shut up. One of you just listen to me.
Well, it's like the sheriff that called in earlier. He says that in a situation like this one, he said it gives him the opportunity to yell at people, and if it works, do it. I mean, that's not really a moment to really worry about hurting someone's feelings.
Yeah, the PC angle needs to be left out at that point. And if the chick starts hyperventilating, tell the chick that's hyperventilating to stick her mouth on Kanye West and be done with it. You're breathing out anyway, whether you're breathing into a woman or a bag. You just...
around her mouth, and we try to do CPR on her.
Okay, so she's not breathing at all?
She's not responding.
Okay, but I want to know if she's breathing. Is she breathing at all?
She's cold and clammy.
Okay, ma'am.
Well, that's dead.
Is she breathing?
No.
Okay. Did you need? Let me go ahead and give you instruction, ma'am. Do you need instruction on CPR?
We need a heavy board. Give me a heavy board.
Ma'am, we've already got people on the way to you. Okay.
I don't think this clip has the hyperventilating chick on it. Oh, that's too bad. Let me jump ahead.
Bed.
Turn away. Come on. Come on. Listen. Be careful.
Ma'am, is she in a hospital bed?
Come on.
Is she in a hospital bed?
Huh?
Is she in a hospital bed?
No, she's in a regular bed.
A regular bed?
Yes.
There's no way to get her on the floor?
No, there's no way you can put her on the floor. Let's clear her airway. We're trying to clear her airway.
We've already got... Okay, what you want to do is turn on her...
Yeah, this one clips off before it gets to the hyperventilating chick. I forgot. I spaced that.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. You got to give that guy... That guy deserves an award for not yelling.
Well, especially your only job there is, while you're waiting on the first responders, to have somebody give her CPR, and you got a bunch of chicks running around like nuts in a room, and there ain't no chance this woman's going to get any air unless it comes out of the mouth of that chick that's hyperventilating.
It's a great visual. And just to think if the operator had told her that, all right, is that lady in the background hyperventilating? Okay, just take her mouth and stick it on Kanye's mama's mouth, and let's see what happens.
And then just leave her there until the EMTs come along. Because right now, you guys ain't doing much of dick.
It's like in a cartoon when they grab those fireplace fans.
Shut up, Dan. I'll try and reload this and get the other cut with the hyperventilating chick. Hang on.
Open her mouth. Start breathing her mouth.
Okay. Hold on, ma'am. Let me tell you how to do this. You need to listen. You're not listening to what I'm telling you. You're not helping the person at all. Have the other people be quiet so I can tell you what to do. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, lay her flat on her back.
She's on the floor.
Okay, no pillows, nothing underneath of her head.
There's no pillows underneath her head.
Okay, put one hand under her neck, one hand on her forehead. You want to tilt her head back.
Huh?
What is that, like the third or fourth
One hand under her neck, one hand on her forehead, and tilt her head back.
One hand on her forehead, tilt her neck back. Okay. What? Okay.
Okay, do you see anything in her mouth? Is there any food or vomit?
She got a great big tongue.
Well, move that to the side.
All right.
Any vomit is just some black. No, black stuff. Just black stuff.
Okay, if you have a towel or something, maybe you can just wipe it out of the way.
In our mouth. We do a clean mouth out.
Okay, go ahead and do that. Okay, now with her head tilted back, one hand under her neck, one hand on her forehead.
One hand on the forehead, one hand underneath the neck.
Tilt her head back again. Listen, put your ear by her mouth and nose. Do you hear any air going in and out?
Okay.
I don't know why I keep listening to this, because it's irritating as F.
Is there any air going in or out?
Yeah, she's blowing from... Make sure her mouth is...
Okay, is there air going in and out?
Is there air going in and out? Air is not going in and out.
No, okay. What I want you to do, I'm going to tell you how to do mouth to mouth. I want you to go ahead and, again, tilt her head back.
Tilt her head back.
I just said the bitch is dead and hang up.
And that's why I brought up the third or fourth Because at that point, really, you're not getting anywhere. You got too many are on their way.
You got too many people doing too many different things. And really, if you can't take the chick that's hyperventilating and make some kind of use out of that, just let this one go. And I missed that one on the cut.
Okay. Is all of it out of her mouth now?
Yes.
Okay, what I want you to do is lay her flat on her back. Yeah.
She's on her back.
Okay.
Did I miss it?
Yeah, I think you went too far.
No.
Is she in a hospital bed?
Yeah, you're right. There's another
Yeah. And that's the part that would just drive me nuts.
Ma'am, is she in a hospital bed? Is she in a hospital bed? Is she in a hospital bed?
She's in a regular bed.
A regular bed?
Yes.
There's no way to get her on the floor?
No, there's no way we can put her on the floor. Let's clear her airway. We try to clear her airway.
We've already got, okay, what you want to do is turn on her left side. Okay, did you hear that?
Am I close to the chick?
I believe so.
Turn her on her left side.
No, I don't feel a pulse.
Ma'am. Okay, you need to listen to what I'm telling you. The other person is making so you can't hear me. You need to turn her on her left side.
Turn it on her left side. Turn on her left side. Right, left, on the side. This side.
Okay, that way the fluid will run out of her mouth. Just get any fluid, anything that's in her mouth, just go ahead and get it out.
Dan, you go ahead and move on to the next story. I'll listen to this in queue when we get to the good part.
Well, Jamie Burns landed a scholarship to SMU for cheerleading, but because of a heart condition that requires her to use a pacemaker, she's being told she can't cheer for the school. Burns says, cheerleading's always been my life. I've always pushed myself to get better at tumbling, jumps, everything. Her coach told her on Friday that because her condition is not covered by the university's insurance policy, she can't perform with her squad.
That's what I found.
Oh, I'm glad.
Hello? Ma'am, is that person breathing? Who is doing the noise? I can't hear what you're saying. Your phone.
He didn't know if it's worked or he's got another emergency on the same line.
He doesn't know if he needs to send a second responder.
God, you guys are good.
You know, your phone's cutting out. Huh? Your phone.
All right, I'm out. All right, what was the story with the cheerleader? She had a pacemaker?
She has a pacemaker installed in her, and this is at SMU. She was told by the school and her cheerleading coach that she cannot cheer, despite the fact she's on scholarship and can do everything physically required of her to do.
Huh?
And I'm going to hit you.
Why are they letting was she originally a cheerleader?
Yeah, she got a scholarship to go to SMU for cheerleading.
How does she make it that far with a pacemaker?
I mean, they're just to regulate your heartbeat. So really, I mean, it's not like a terminal condition.
And typically when you think of pacemaker, you think Dick Cheney. You don't see him doing cartwheels. But her cardiologist sent a release to SMU saying she's
she's free and clear to do anything she wants with a pacemaker.
Free and clear, absolutely.
Right. And they still shut her out.
You got it. They said Lori White, University's VP of Student Affairs, says it's not only the liability for this individual student. For example, if she's at the base of a pyramid and something were to happen to her and she collapses, then she may also injure other students. School officials told Burns that she would not lose her scholarship, but she can only stand on the sidelines and clap and chant.
I don't even know why they still have those cheerleader pyramids and the air tossing and everything else. They're not professionals. You're asking for paralysis, and they're right. I don't want some chick with a pacemaker on the bottom holding my ass up.
Part of me, if I was a cheerleader at the top of that pyramid and her doctor signed off on it, I'd be okay with it because anyone can have a misstep, whether it's because of a pacemaker.
Your heart already has a problem regulating itself. There's no reason to give it any more grief, especially when you got a bunch of people standing on top of you and all of them depend on your electronics working.
Okay, then that's fine. Then she doesn't get to be the base of the pyramid. Stick her on top or don't let her do the pyramids. Making her stand there and clap only.
Now, what if she has a heart attack setting up top, she falls off? The school's worried about the liability. It's got nothing to do really with anybody else's safety. It's any pending lawsuits.
Okay, and that makes sense as far as the other cheerleaders are concerned. So she can still do
I don't like cheerleaders. I don't like football players. I don't want to talk about this.
Well, you don't want to hear the next story.
What is it?
Well, grief counselors will be available at Holliston, Massachusetts High School as students, teachers, and staffers come to grips with the death of one of the school's young football players after a hit on the practice field. Hundreds gathered Sunday at the school field for a somber candlelight vigil to remember Joseph Joey Laracy, who was 16. The lineman died suddenly Friday after being hit during a scrimmage game. He felt dizzy, went to the sidelines, and later died at the hospital.
All right, then just take out all contact sports.
You can't.
Why?
Because they're part of growing up, part of high school.
You got kids that are obviously dying from the activity.
That's a fluke deal.
Well, and then this kid's, the football player's death is still under investigation. It may not have had necessarily anything to do with the hit, although more than likely did.
I'm sure the added pressure to his head or his heart or anything else that goes along with playing football probably added to it. Just take out contact sports. They're jacking around doing too many other things. Go to school and learn something.
Athletics help a lot of kids. You teach them discipline, work out, strive to do something good.
They can't read.
Most of them can.
All right. Really? Couldn't say yes they can? Just most of them.
I've known some dumb jocks in my life that, really Dr. Seuss would be a stretch.
Yeah,
and most of them get passed straight along because everybody's into high school football. It's Texas. You're not gonna keep one student out if it's gonna keep you away from a state championship. That's about as narcissistic as you could be.
Yeah, but that's not the football player's fault. That's the system's
fault. It's the people
Those
around
other
him.
people.
Take the contact sports out. They're getting too much puss anyway.
And do what? You just mad because you didn't play contact sports? And they got the poon and you didn't in high school?
I don't care for that.
You could have done something.
I couldn't do anything.
You didn't try.
I don't have any type of discernible talent. Today's show has been a prime example.
It's not. You could have developed talent. You could have worked, played baseball.
I don't have any type of coordination. That's why it's taken me 4 years on the guitar to learn 4 songs.
That's not
That's
true.
not really being adept.
It's taken you 2 years, and how many songs do y'all do? How big is your set list if you did everything?
Why
30?
do you think I got a 24-piece band? It's to cover up the fact that I can't play. I don't think 90% of the time my amp is on.
That is not true at all. You have made great strides. And all it was is, the difference is, you jacked around with it before. Then when you started with the band, you actually took it seriously. You applied yourself, and you've become very good.
The problem is I waited too long to learn the guitar, and I'm not getting any puss out of it. Had I done this when I was younger, there'd have been something to come from it.
Well,
how many concerts have we done? How many times have I gone home with some strange? Never.
How many times have you tried to?
I'm busy playing.
What? There's your problem. Even rock stars make time for the poon.
We don't seem to have groupies, and the ones that we do are not screwable.
That's not true.
Yeah, in most counties it is.
Well, then it depends on your county. But at Live 8, where Trey and I were in the VIP, you had tons of fans.
I didn't see anybody backstage. I saw all the chicks that lined up front and looked like a petting zoo.
That's not true.
It's not a fair.
Am I lying, Chuck?
That's right.
Oh, at the front of the stage, I'm not arguing. But as far as Dan's right, in the VIP and in back, yeah, there were a ton of hot-looking chicks that were big fans of yours.
You know what you're supposed to do?
What?
What you're supposed to do is send someone out, pick and choose, point it out. This is what Poison does.
I've seen Gene Simmons from Kiss do it.
Yeah, go out there and pick which ones you want. Then you have someone go get them, and then bring them back.
It's too late. I'm too old.
It's never too late.
It always is.
It is not.
And I don't like the fact that I couldn't get any. I had to screw fat chicks in high school because I couldn't get on any of the sports programs.
Did they have tryouts?
I didn't have. I couldn't do it.
How do you know? Did you ever try?
I don't have any coordination
for anything.
No
soccer.
Nothing.
You could. Yeah, you do have coordination. You just didn't try. Did you ever try out for any team?
No.
Did you ever play any Little League sports?
Like what?
Baseball?
No.
Soccer?
Mm-mm.
Basketball?
No.
Football?
No. The one thing I was good at, they wouldn't let me do outside.
Which was?
Guess!
Fair enough.
Wrestling? Flo, how long before we need a break?
3 minutes.
I keep forgetting we got the pricing game. I never get around to it. Dan, do you have all the stuff lined up out in the hall?
Yeah, and some in the back of the room here, yes.
All right, is the wireless mic on, the headphones, is everything ready to go? I keep forgetting. What music did I use for this, Chloe? Is it this sitar? All right, who's got the wireless mic?
test.
Is that you, Trey? Yes? All right, give Alfie the wireless mic and the headphones. Everything on him?
Yep.
You set to go, Dan?
Yeah, just let me know what you want.
Start with the brownie mix.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Stacy, have you ever seen this in person?
No.
Oh, we want to walk out in the hall. Alfie has his back turned so he doesn't see anything coming.
I've heard it several times.
Do you enjoy it?
And very much so.
All right.
But I enjoy it even more so now.
It's Betty Crocker Brownie Mix, made with rolled oats, enriched flour, and brown sugar. Homemade cookies ready in 20 minutes. Just add butter and eggs. Makes 3 dozen 2-inch cookies. It's a crowd-pleasing treat from the kitchen, made in the U.S. All right, Alfie. Come within 20 cents without going over.
$3.99.
Say it again.
$3.99.
Actual retail price, $2.29.
Oh, sorry.
Let it go down.
Oh, here we go. My bad.
This will be the Land O'Lakes.
Do it again.
Can I get a helmet?
No. All right. Only Land O'Lakes butter has the Flavor Protect wrapper. Same great butter and a specially designed wrapper that keeps the creamy taste you'll love and the other flavors out. All right, Alfie, come within 30 cents without going over.
$1.79.
It's a bigger tub.
$2.99.
Actual retail price, $6.29.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, don't look. 1.
That's a heavy Indian bitch. Ready for the next one, Dan?
Yeah.
All right. It's Mr. Microphone. Oh, no. Just set the FM radio dial, press the button, and you're on the air. You can broadcast over as many radios as you like, including car radios. Mr. Microphone is great at the beach or for parties. Even professional entertainers use it. We'll be back to pick you up later. All right, Alfie, come within $1 without going over.
$19.99.
Actual retail price is $25.26.
Oh, too bad.
Ready for the next one, Dan?
Yep.
It's a Polaroid one-step. Great style and convenience with point-and-shoot simplicity. The Polaroid One-Step Express is an easy-to-use instant camera with an adjustable hand strap, autofocus, and built-in flash. Carry One-Step Express with you everywhere and use it to document the world around you the instant it happens. All right, Alfie, come within $1 without going over.
$24.99.
Actual retail price, $24.99.
You got lucky. This was going to hurt.
All right. Here's the next one. Strap a Screamin' Stack to your belt. You can take the Marshall tone and vibe with you with the Marshall Mini Amp. Classic Marshall grill cloth. Crunchy distortion and plenty of volume for good, clean fun. Controls for overdrive, tone, and volume. Powered by one 9-volt battery, the Marshall MS2 Mini Amp includes belt clip and headphone jack. All right, Alfie, come within $1 without going over.
$49.99.
Actual retail price, $44.99.
Yeah.
Got a shin. Well, that one's a little heavier. Dan, are you ready with the baby toy?
Yeah.
Okay. You could be the good boy of the house with your baby bug potty with toilet roll holder. Baby bug potty with toilet roll holder. Colorful potty on legs with the unique feature of a toilet roll holder. Sturdy, hygienic plastic. Convenient for quick cleanups for toddlers. All right, Alfie, come within $1 without going over.
$29.99.
Actual retail price is $17.08.
All right, let me get a bit of a running start here. It's kind of heavy. Go.
Oh! That had to hurt really bad.
How's it flying?
How far of a running start did you get?
I don't know, about 4 or 5 steps. I had to shot put it.
You ready for the last one?
Sure.
All right. No, Stacy.
You tend to kill people.
You're sure to be styling with your new Krager mag. The most popular design in custom wheel history ever since it was created by Roy Richter in 1964. The Krager SS rim has been a necessity for your muscle car. Featuring a composite chrome steel rim matted to a chrome aluminum center. The center cap is included. Right, Alf, they come within $5 without going over.
$79.99.
Actual retail price, $137. Go ahead, Dan.
Go. Ready?
No.
Good answer. All right.
All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Audio stimulation. The Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
You get these from my old program director.
Maybe.
Why did he hang on to these?
I'm sure just for nostalgia. He saw you had talent and knew one day they'd be worth something.
You think by listening to these air checks, how old is this one? This is 85?
Yeah.
You heard it, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear any potential there?
Very creative.
How bad is it?
It's funny.
How bad?
It's funny. You're
funny. How?
Well, they're playing a.
Let me ask you this: is it going to be funny to me?
To you? No.
I don't care to hear it.
It's their program director's birthday, and they got him a present.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Dan. I was telling him what the air check is.
So Russ was into celebrating birthdays even back then.
Absolutely.
So that's where it all started.
Mm-hmm.
And this is at what station?
KLLI.
Okay.
Rock and roll classics.
No.
Oh, come on.
Nothing wrong with that. That sounded fine.
1310 KLLI Creedence Clearwater Revival Night.
No. I can tell I'm about to get cute. I don't want to be cute.
Come on.
1870 and Who Will Stop the Rain? 621. Run.
No.
It's not that bad.
Put it online. It's like the Loverboy clip. I'm not going to be able to play this and listen to it standing here because I'm going to stop it every time.
Just give it another 15, 20 seconds. It'll be okay.
What happens?
You got a surprise for your program director. It's his birthday.
Jim Thomas.
Jim Thomas, yes.
We'll beat that old man.
Smart music still coming. I've got Sugarloaf on the way along with Loggins and Messina. Steely Dan's coming up. And if you weren't listening this morning, today, December 6th, is Jim Thomas's birthday.
This is 1985.
Yeah, I believe so.
And Robin.
I don't want to hear this. Is Bill from Fort Worth in this?
No, unfortunately.
Oh, damn.
Jones and I and Ben McGregor and some of the other people, Vicki Robbins, we all got together. And
it's funny, Ben McGregor, when he was on the station, he got fired for peeing in a trash can on the air.
My, how times have changed.
Yeah.
Some of the other people here at the station chipped in and sent.
What did we get him?
You're about to.
I don't like to be surprised. What did we get him?
A stripper.
Jim, a message this morning. Actually, it was, for lack of a better word, a stripper. She didn't really strip. What we did get her, I believe it was...
What's wrong with me? Why did he keep this?
Oh, he's got a bunch.
What?
He has a bunch.
And they came out, sent him a 700-pound stripper. And from what I hear, she was really kind of nice. And
I'm not playing all of this.
Well, you've got it set up now.
What's the punchline?
Ooh.
We'll listen to it. I found it on tape. We will listen to that next, and I'll see if I got my money's worth.
Hey, I'm home.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's roll this back a little bit. Unbelievable. This is unbelievable. They say that this woman was, we'll say, heavy.
What's the punchline? Hello?
There's really not one.
Well, that makes sense.
And, she came in from Eastern.
Well, how long is this clip if there's no punchline?
There's a punchline at the end. I honestly, I listened to it. I fast-forwarded to it.
Do I need to just jump to the end?
No.
I'll give you $1 if you'll be a little more helpful. $1.50.
I'll cut it up.
How long's the clip?
5 minutes.
I'm not listening to 5 minutes. I'm jumping ahead to the punchline. I don't care if it makes sense or not. Yeah, you're right. I don't get it.
Oh, back it up more than that.
C2 tomorrow. Hey, ladies. 640, Russ Martin.
Where's the punchline? Hello?
There's not... It's a bit you did. They're really...
I should have had a punchline. Even back in the 80s, they had them. Hello?
What do you want me to say?
I'd like to know where the end of this is.
It's kind of an open-ended deal. There wasn't just a snap, bang, boom punchline.
Then don't give me these anymore.
I'm sorry.
Well, you're trying to sell me on it during the break, and there ain't nothing here.
Well, yeah. Now you do a bit about the fat lady, and you have audio of her dancing for Jim and sound effects and things.
You're a big fat dick. I don't want any more air checks of me.
Oh, come on.
No. And at least cut these up so I can understand what the hell's going on. This was 23 years ago. I don't remember.
I just got it.
Then cut it up.
I will cut it up.
And you know damn well if it's one of my air checks, it ain't going to have no fucking punchline.
Bill from Fort Worth had a punchline.
Stacy?
Sir?
Come pull him apart.
Yes, sir.
He did the bug.
You have absolutely killed this show. Are you getting up or are you just emptying out? You better run, squirrel.
You've had ones that have punchlines. You really have. I mean, you had the bit about...
Stacy's almost here. I'd take off if I were you.
About...
Stacy looks really big getting closer.
See if you can catch him down the hall, Stacy. Go ahead, Dan.
Stacy's walking like a mass murderer.
He'll catch him. Go ahead.
Well, yesterday, the Vern Troyer sex tape allegedly hit the World Wide Web.
Who's going to look at that?
Sick people. And just people with genuine curiosity.
Of frontal nudity?
Yes.
Who's he banging?
Her name? Renee Schreider.
All right.
Girlfriend at the time. Anyway, whether you can actually watch it, though, is questionable. Some people, a mysterious website was registered in China claiming to be selling the 50-minute video for a mere $10. But some people tried it, and they said it's nearly impossible to get the site to load. Server timeouts were an ongoing problem.
You weren't watching. Trey just went past the window one way. Stacy was right behind him. Looked like a great big black E.T. Go on.
Server timeouts were an ongoing problem. Only when something worked were they able to watch just the first clip. They said they were underwhelmed. The clip was only a few minutes long, consisted merely of Vern caressing what appeared to be the belly of his co-star, Renee Schreider.
Is he naked?
You don't see it in the clip that they were able to watch.
All right.
At this point, and again, that was just the first one. At this point, they don't know who's behind the tape being leaked. Up until now, Vern Troyer successfully sued everyone who might have tried to distribute the video, including Renee herself.
Why tape it? Why keep it? You know, sooner or later, anything that I got that's even borderline, first of all, my face isn't in any video I've ever shot. Stills, videos, doesn't make any difference. That way, you can always deny that it's you. Second of all that crap's locked up in a safe.
You know what? That makes perfect sense. But there's one thing you're not thinking about, and that is celebrities, people in Hollywood. They love themselves. They love to see themselves. So in a way,
I don't want to see myself having sex.
Well, but you don't have
because you're going to see parts of you normally you don't see while you're banging somebody, and especially at my age, those things ain't holding up.
Well, and that's not everyone in Hollywood. You would fall under that whole. You'd follow the opposite of what most of Hollywood is, which is they are in love with themselves. They can do no wrong. They look perfect. I want to see me screwing this person.
Here's the other problem with that is when you're banging somebody, you just assume that the rest of your body looks okay. So in your mind's eye, everything's taut and firm. You got a camera on the backside catching your ball sack flapping back and forth. You're going to realize things aren't really holding up the way they should have.
Well, that's not attractive on any man.
But in your own mind, you'd like to think that it looks as good as when you were 18.
I don't think I know what mine looked like at 18.
Oh, I did. I had a hand mirror. We need a break before Lycus. Yes. You want a break here?
Sure. Yes.
Gross.
Did you ever catch him?
Yeah.
Where is he?
Stretched out in the lobby.
All right, good.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. It's like hanging out with your buddies each afternoon. The Russ Martin Show.
How old is this clip?
This was at the Republican National Convention last week. I don't know what day it was, though. One of those.
I liked Hasselbeck when Rosie O'Donnell was on The View. At least there was somebody to get back up in her face because everybody else just clammed up. Yeah, the ugly, who's the chick that says she's a comedian?
Joy Behar.
She wouldn't say dick. I don't think Shady said anything. Was Shady even on then?
No, I think, they were, I think, cross paths a little bit, but
Barbara Walters, her show, wouldn't say anything. At least Hasselbeck had something to say, so there was a balance with her and the Diesel Dyke.
Rosie.
But after that, Elizabeth it seemed to fuel that ego.
Yeah.
And now everything I say is going to have monumental importance.
Well, you probably had producers telling her and telling, the people on The View, hey, at least Elizabeth is fighting back. She's trying to go toe-to-toe with Rosie. More times than not, she couldn't hang, but at least she was putting that effort of conflict in there.
Well, she would have a valid point from time to time, but at least there was some type of balance because nobody else was going to say anything. And if you let Rosie just go off nonstop, that's all it was going to be for the hour.
And I never understood why it was some of the other ones didn't at least try to throw some things in, other than with Joy Behar. Rosie's so dominating, and everyone knows Rosie's a better comedian than Joy Behar is.
Because they didn't want her crawling up their asses.
And that's probably fear, you're right.
All right, so this is from the Republican Convention?
Republican Convention, Elizabeth Hasselbeck doing one of those early speaker things.
What were you going to say, Trey?
And a lot of them, would agree with Rosie O'Donnell, the stances she took. Whereas, Hasselbeck, I'll give her credit.
She disagreed?
She disagrees with all the other people.
Sorry, Trey.
Well, and Rosie was just so anti-Bush. Even if you didn't care for a lot of things that came out of the Bush administration, you didn't damn everything that he did. He had a lot to deal with 9 months into his presidency. And nobody wanted to consider that as far as what he had to deal with. Oh, no. And a lot of the groundwork was laid during the Clinton administration. Again, not Bush's or not Clinton's fault. It's all Bush.
Well, it's all picking and choosing certain things that fit what you want to believe.
Is this a short clip?
Yeah, it's short.
All right.
Cindy came into our hair and makeup room.
Cindy who?
Cindy McCain.
Got it.
Cindy came into our hair and makeup room, as fresh as can be. And unlike another wife of a political candidate who shall remain nameless, she didn't come with the list of topics that we weren't allowed to touch. Nope. That's because she has nothing to hide.
You want a guest on, they're going to give you a list of questions. You don't want to abide by it, then they don't go on. That's the way most of these talk shows are. Why is this one going to stand out from anybody else?
Well, to me, it stands out because you have Elizabeth Hasselbeck, you know, it's that hindsight big man attitude, which, okay, Michelle Obama's not there right now, so I can say what I want, especially at the Republican convention. If it really ticked you off that much, why didn't you sandbag Michelle Obama with that when she was on The View?
Yeah, you ask, all right, we know there are certain things you don't want us to cover. Why is it you want us to stay away from those?
Exactly. You're not talking about those topics, but at least throw it at her.
Because she'd probably lose her job.
Why?
Because, A, that whole staff is pro-Obama, and I'm sure there was some kind of agreement that wouldn't happen.
And that may be the case. And if that's the case, then don't get your skinny ass at the Republican convention calling her out on the fact.
Well, all right. Why does Michelle Obama come to, with a list of topics you can't talk about?
Plenty of celebrities do that.
Celebrities are one thing. Politically, if you're out there campaigning...
Well, we don't know if they were all political questions that she didn't want to address.
And Michelle...
I don't know what she's setting on. I got no clue. I don't know anything about her. I don't know anything about Obama. I know one of their kids does have a big forehead.
It's like a Klingon.
Yeah. That's cruel.
She does.
You just said a little kid looks like a Klingon.
Her forehead. I'm sorry.
I'm sure she's got to deal with that in school. Good God. Good Lord.
And that's from kids, not grown-ass men. Making fun of a little kid.
Have you seen her forehead?
Can I taste them again?
What?
Can I taste them again?
Didn't I tell you could come in if you didn't say anything? Didn't I? Hello? Thank you. All of a sudden people listen to the show and they think because JD's not here, they can stop by.
I help.
What?
I'll help.
Oh, yeah. Everett came in yesterday.
What's up?
Yeah. What are you doing here? I wanted to come by. Why wouldn't you go by the ticket or KLLI or something like that?
If you had nothing pressing to discuss.
Yeah. Why is it you got to come in and be my albatross? Go over to KSCS. Dick them around for a while. I got enough issues this week. All right. Any other audio? Is that it from Hasselbeck?
Yeah. And the other thing I was going to say, what Trey had said, Michelle Obama's not a politician, so as far as her being open to asking or being asked all these questions, it's different than if it was Obama.
I know there's a valid reason, but I don't really care. Of interviews with the spouses. You're not running the country. You're not really going to have any say-so of what should be going on. What do I care what their take is? They're not going to say anything about their husband that's negative. It's all, he's a good man, he's a good father. I believe he can run this country. All right, thanks.
I think with Obama, with Michelle Obama, people see more of a Hillary Clinton type influence in the White House where she was actively involved in her husband's staff versus where a Cindy McCain is going to be more like a Laura Bush who's just going to be a first lady.
Laura Bush played this off perfectly. You have a couple of little tramps that run around screwing everybody. You do nothing that keeps you in the limelight. Everybody likes Laura Bush. She hasn't done any. I don't think she ever said anything to the media that they had to go back and do a spin on.
No. I mean, her big thing is, reading. Can't go wrong with that.
And Hillary had to be all up in everything that was going on.
Oh, there are stories about how, because Bill evidently was very lackadaisical in how he ran meetings and like with his staff and cabinet. And like she would come in and she'd be like, all right, let me see what we're supposed to do. All right, where are we? And
she controlled cabinet meetings?
She would snap them to order and get them on track.
Why was she there? She's Hillary. You didn't win the election.
She's Hillary. She wanted to be involved. I mean, hell, like one of Bill's first things is he put her in charge of revamping our entire healthcare system. She was the first lady.
I would think that would probably detract from your power as president. If during a cabinet meeting you got to bring Mama with you.
What if he brought Mama? Mama came storming in, especially in the Oval Office when they're having meetings, and because Bill evidently.
Well, obviously she wasn't in the Oval Office at the right times.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else to go before we go?
I got a couple of different things. Paris Hilton wants people to stop making fun of the Jonas Brothers and their purity rings.
Who is that? Paris Hilton, I got.
The Jonas Brothers are three brothers, next big Disney group that's really hitting the scene big. They wear the purity rings.
Oh, are those the rings?
More of the anti.
All right.
It's the purity ring, vowing to remain celibate until they get married. People have been giving them a hard time. Paris is saying it's good for them. Leave them alone.
She's a whore. Next story.
Shannon Doherty, is she already feuding with
The answer is yes. Next story.
Oasis guitarist Noel Gallagher was attacked on stage.
Good. Next story.
New releases today. Music, Death Magnetic from Metallica. A few months ago, singer James Hetfield explained the title, saying, Death Magnetic, at least the title to me, started out as a kind of a tribute to people that have fallen in our business, basically rock and roll martyrs of sorts. And then it kind of grew from there, thinking about death. Some people are drawn towards it, and just like a magnet, other people are afraid of it and push it away.
The only way that they're going to revamp any of their career is if they call the next album, we felt by suing our fans off Napster. Because really, that's when most people turned against them.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though it was all illegal downloads and none of it should have played out, you go after your fans for really being fans and downloading the music or sharing it. That, as far as a rock group, you're not going to be able to undo that. Because that's all I can think about anytime I hear about Metallica.
I don't even know if you... The only way I could think of to really make up for it is in your new album, make it all available online for free. But even then, I don't think that would help.
People are going to know what they're doing. And just the hard-on that they had for the fans and the lawsuits, there was no way to go back and do any type of spin on that. Yeah, the right to, it was your music. Nobody needed to be spreading it out. And now, you don't have to worry about it because nobody wants it.
The thing I'll give them credit on is the fact that at least they led that charge along with a couple of other artists or groups. Most of the recording industry was supportive of it, but they just didn't want to come out and do it because they would end up like Metallica.
Well, they also knew where it was going, and possibly Metallica served a purpose because then you got rid of Napster and you actually got artists being paid for their music, but that's not really something you wanted to champion. Because if you're a rebel, and that's what the whole group is really focused on, suing fans ain't really copacetic.
Well, they would say they weren't suing fans, they were suing, the middleman. That was hooking the fans up with free goodies.
All right. What else you got before we go?
Justin Timberlake's bodyguard went nuts when a fan tried to take a picture of him with her cell phone.
All right, I'll hear that one.
Last Friday night, he and several other stars were hanging out at a bar in New York when a female fan snuck into the VIP. According to Britain's Mirror tabloid, so take it for what you will, the fan had a cell phone with her, took her picture of Justin. Then Justin's bodyguard lunged at her, demanding she stop taking pictures and erase them. So-called mole said it was mayhem. Justin narrowly missed being punched in the face when his bodyguard kicked off screaming at the girl and snapped.
Doesn't say why she didn't want her picture snapped.
Him, no. It's just saying the bodyguard said not to. Justin Timberlake had nothing to do with it other than trying to avoid the melee that ensued.
You got 3,000 photographers that follow you nonstop every day. Why is it some chick with a cell phone is going to be an issue?
Maybe it's kind of like what Morgan Freeman said when he got in the wreck and people came up with their cell phones. He said, no freebies.
All right.
Andre 3000 from Outkast. In case you weren't sure, he's saying he's not gay.
Fiction. Next story.
Here's a shocker. Bryan Adams is now admitting that the title of his song, Summer of 69, had less to do with the actual summer of 1969 and more to do with the number's sexual innuendo. Yesterday, Bryan told
Well, that's stupid. Who wants to eat in the middle of the summer? Chuck, let's go. Go ahead, Dan.
I so glad it's raining outside. For more information on the Russ Martin Show, including pictures, videos, summertime excitement, and more, go to russmartin.com to answer any questions you may have about the show.
That's the worst time of the year to eat that.
It's all sticky and humid. Go to russmartin.info to email the show, and during the show only, send that to studio@russmartin.com. Other show websites.
Say, this reminds me, got to get up at 4 tomorrow and go catch the bait.
JohnDavidRyan.com, DanO'Malley.com, DJClo.net, TreyTrenholm.com.
Kind of looks like a catfish.
How?
This?
With the whiskers? Chuck the band manager, ChuckWade.com. Limo service is provided by Limo George's website, LimoGeorge.com. The official liquor store of the show is Majestic Fine Wine and Spirits, their website, MajesticLiquors.com. The official airline is Southwest Airlines, their website, Southwest.com, and the official site for Live 105.3 is Live1053.com.
You guys tomorrow. See ya.
You can now listen to The Russ Martin Show anytime you want on the web at russmartin.info.